はい。というわけでですね、次のゲームに、移動していくんですが、はい、次のゲームがですね、今画面に出てます。ウルティマ、そうですね。ドラゴンボールゼノバース2ということでですね、ゲームが始まるんですけれども、向こうもセットアップ中かなと思いますので、ちょっと時間のあるうちにですね、このイベントの概要なんかをお話しできればなと思ってます。はい、おはようございます。おはようございます。おはようございます。はい、現在、ジャパニーズリストリームではオンライン RTA イベント、クエスティング・フォー・グローリー、ホープ&ヒーリング2の様子を公認で、日本語ミラー配信しております。はい、クエスティング・フォー・グローリー・ホープ&ヒーリング2は RPG リミットブレイクの Twitch チャンネルで行われるナショナルアライアンス・オン・メンタル・イルネス、通称ナミを支援するためのオンラインチャリティ RTA イベントです。クエスティング・フォー・グローリー・ホープ&ヒーリング2はオフラインで開催できない昨今の状況を踏まえ RPG リミットブレイクの代わりに開催されているイベントです。今回のイベントの寄付先である、ナショナルアライアンス・オン・メンタル・イルネスは、精神疾患を持つ方やそのご家族、心の不調や悩みを持つ方たちを支えることを目的に設立された非営利団体です。寄付と関連して特定のゲームには、高難易度への変更やエンディングの、選択等が予定されており、各項目ごとに設定された目標金額を達成した際に行われます。次のドラゴンボールの方もですね、ビットウォーと、たくさんあるかなと思います。はい、また、寄付金額を表に立てた今言ったビットウォーですね、によってキャラクター名や選択肢などが決定されることもございます。寄付額は、に対する報酬に関しては URL の方から見ていただけますので、URL を、上にちょっと出てますね。これコマンドなんだっけなっていうところで、そのうち誰かが出してくれますので、ちょっと、わかった。ごめんなさい。ちょっと見て。ちょっとお待ちよ。これかなちょっとちょっと僕の想定外のこと起こってるんで、ちょっとまた後で出します。はい、特に大したことではないです。はい、直接の寄付に関してはですね、カードによってはできないこともあるようなんですが、ぜひ一度チャレンジしてみてください。寄付によってですね、ありがとうございます。それが欲しかった。ありがとうございます。はい。ぜひチャレンジしてみてください。寄付に関してはですね、ちょっと今回僕チャレンジしてないんですけれども、まだ、後ほどね、またチャレンジしたいなと思ってます。ね、ちょっとね、そういうこともあるんですよ。やっぱりね、早朝でもないな、もう8時ですね。皆さん、おはようございます。はい、イベントは15日までですね、24時間、昼夜通して行われておりますので、ぜひですね、お時間空いた際、お休みの際でも、ね、お仕事の合間でも、特にね、最近ですと、お家でお仕事されている方もですね、多いのかなと思いますので、仕事には集中してください。見てないところで、息抜きのタイミングでですね、このゲームの方とか、ゲームの配信の方ですね、見ていただいて、息抜きで、息抜きも兼ねてですね、ちょっと募金してみようかな、ちょっとチャリティーに参加してみようかなという感じで、こう、カードを手に持ってパソコンにもしくは携帯に打ち込んでみていてはいかがでしょうかみたいなところなんですが、はい、まもなくゲームは始まるかなと思うんですけれども、ドラゴンボールズのバス2、こちらの方ですね、現在、解説の方がですね、これ皆さんちょっと気づいておられるかなと思うんですけど、解説の方おられません。はい。ぜひ我こそはという方であったりですとか、お仕事結構遅めに始まるんで、ちょっとみんなの前で喋ったろかいなという方ですとかですね、簡単にストーリー知ってるとかだけでも結構です。ぜひ解説の方お願いします。というところで、画面の方が切り替わってんのに僕は今気づいてなかった。はい、ドラゴンボール2ゼノバース2のドラゴンボールゼノバース2の画面がですね、今もう出てきました。まあゲームね、仕事 はね、仕事で集中していただきたいですけど、仕
So
事
next,
の
what
休
about
憩
the
はね、
color?
こまめにとって、
In
ね、
the lead with
皆さん
$15
体調悪
is
くならないように
green.
こ
Perfect.
う、ずっ
Okay.
とね、家で仕事してたりす
Yay,
るとね、
green.
気
I
持
don't
ち
Yeah.
even
も
remember
塞が
what the
りが
green
ち
looks
で
like
す
on this.
なりますんで、ぜ
I
ひ
will
ね、
show you.
こう、
Yeah, I guess we'll
心の
see.
健康のために
Yep.
も、
I mean,
こ
there
ま
are
めに
some
休憩を
different
取って、
options, but
ある
I
という
think
イ
we're
ベン
gonna
トを見て
go.
と
Which
いう
one
よ
do
う
you
な感
think?
じの
This
サ
one
イ
or
クル
this one,
で
left or right?
進ん
This
でい
one,
っ
I
て
think.
いただければなと思うんです
It's
け
more
ども、
green.
ゲーム
It
の
takes a
方
second to
が、
catch up. I think the left.
Cool. Yeah, I agree.
僕ね、このゲ
There
ー
we go
ム
then.
全
And the
く
name?
実は知らなく
The
てです
name
ね、
is going
なん
to
か、
be Nami.
あれなんですよね、
All caps
fitting.
or just the first? Just the first letter. Perfect.
ドラ
Okay.
ゴンボールを、
That is very fitting. Yeah, absolutely.
こ
All
うなん
right,
ていうん
then
です
we are
か、
good to
ドラゴ
go.
ンボールの
So I will tell you when to
歴史を
start
な
the
ぞるゲームだみたいな
timer.
ことをね、昨日なんか知ってる方が言って
First, we
る
have
のを
to
聞い
skip
たんですけ
through
ど
some
も、
cutscenes, and then we're just going to mash through a quick little bit of text. The timer will officially
皆さん
start
こ
on
の
the
ゲーム
first
やったこ
character
とある
movement.
方おられますか？
So you'll see that I'll flash the map of the area, just kind of teaching you
これ
how to
今
pull that
非常
open, you
に
know?
何をお話しするべきなのか悩んでる状態なんで、ぜひぜひ解
And
説、
yeah,
一生テレワークね、させていただきたいとこですけど、本当に。本当に
Be
ね、
a lot of
い
just
や、そうで
clicking
もな
through
いですね。
Majin Buu.
やっぱね、自営業の方とかはやっぱ
it's
り
got to
ね、
be at the
大変
very
かなと思い
beginning.
ますね。桑橋はあるか。
Yeah, and I'll
そう
go
で
over
す。
some of the
サラリー
decisions
マ
I
ン最
made
高だ
really
なっていうの
quickly
は
during
ね、テレワーク
character
は時
creation that you
々
might
思
have
います
seen.
けど。
But I don't want to interrupt my countdown for the timer. So we'll get that out of the way. And then I'll jump back and talk a little bit about some of the early decisions.
なんかその1も2もそうですね。なんか歴史改変を阻止するというような感じで。
Okay, so we're gonna on
僕
go.
の知り合い
3,
に聞
2,
いたら
1,
なんか
go.
ト
We'll
ラン
start
ク
the
スがど
timer.
うの
Sound
こう
good?
のとか言ったんですけど、完全に緑色のなんか
Sounds good.
知らない人が今
Alright.
出てきたんで、ちょっとね、
3,
かなり
2, 1,
困
let's
惑し
go.
てるんですけど。はい、グッドラッ
And
ク
we're
で
off.
す。
So
タイ
right
マー
now,
開
we're
始
just
しま
tasked
し
with
た。
going and talking to a few NPCs.
2%
They're in
ノーグ
static
リッチで
positions.
す
It's
ね。
basically just to show you that that red
じゃあ、
circle
ニューゲー
icon
ムです
indicates
ね。
what is most
はい。
likely your current
2%
objective.
ニューゲームと
There
い
are
う
a
ことで、
few
グッドラッ
instances where
ク
that's not quite the
で
case, or
す。
it's not actually required to do the objective, but for the most
ね
part, that's what
え
it、
なん
means.
かこう、
And to go back to character creation,
こ
like
の
I said, a few decisions that
も
I
うこ
made
の人は
early
誰なん
on
だっていう
that
と
do
こが
have
ね、
some kind of impact. I
ま
made
あ、
myself as short as
もう
possible
困
and as
惑しかないで
bulky
す
as
けど、水の
possible.
中飛び込んだりして
In
は
this
るんで。
game, those actually do
ちょっ
have
と
an
僕ちゃ
effect
んと
on
見
your
てなかったんですけ
stats.
ど、このキ
Your
ャラ
height
は
determines basically whether or
女
not
の
you're
子なのかな？
faster or you have a larger health pool. So making myself as
モ
short
ー
as
ション的
possible
に。
diminishes my maximum health, but it makes me a little bit faster in terms of
は
flight
い、
speed in
プライ
particular,
ム
I
で
believe.
サブス
And
ク
then
ありがと
making
うござい
myself
ます。
bulkier
で
as
す
opposed
ね、
to skinnier
本家の
increases the damage of
RPG
my
リミットブレイク
melee
の方ですね。
attacks
とかに、
instead of my key attacks.
Every
And
time you run by
so
items, I cringe.
サブス
Like, I
クし
know
ていた
that's
だく
part of the
と、
run,
そ
but
ちらも
there's
寄
just
付
there's
に回っ
part
た
of
り
me
し
that
ますので、
always
ぜひ。
struggles with that.
そう
whenever
ですね、
I'm
キ
going
ャラ
around
ク
this
リし
game
て
on
た
my
んで
own,
す
I take
ね。
up everything, even if I know I'm going to delete the save file
た
the
だね、
next
なんか
moment.
緑色に染まっていってる時点
And
で
I
僕
think
ちょっと
everything
困
went
惑
well.
してたんですよ。こう、なんか
So on
ね、
that note, actually,
肌
as I
の
said, this is an
肌と
any%
かキャ
new
ラク
game
ターの
run,
色がこう
and
すごい
the
テー
other
ブルが
main
たくさんあっ
category, if
て
you watched the pre-show, you may have already heard this, but just in
すごい
case, the
な
other
と思
main
ったん
category
で
of
す
this
けど、
game is any% new game
その
plus.
中でも緑色になり
And
まし
so
た
the
ね。
big difference with that is with new game, we're starting a new save file and a new
あ、
character.
ゲーム
Whereas
の
new game plus, you're starting a new character on an old save file. And why that's significant is that in this
こういっ
game,
たなん
all
か
of your
格
characters
闘
share
ゲーみたいな動き
all
を
of
す
your
るゲーム
money,
で、
all
ア
of
ク
the
ションゲー
skills
ムで
that you've
結構
gotten,
そ
all of
の、
the
なんていうんですか
equipment.
ね。
And so with new game plus,
前作とそこら辺
you
の
can
雰囲気はあ
have
んま
a
り変わ
level
っ
1
てないと
character
いうよう
with
な感
basically
じで
endgame
聞いて
gear.
ますね。なので、
And it
ドラゴン
skips
ボ
a
ールゼ
couple
ノ
other
バース
important
やっておら
things.
れた方で、2やってない方はね、こ
Important
れ見
things to
て、
this
あ、
run,
懐
that
かしい
is.
なって思われるかなと
Dart, do you want to briefly
いう
mention
よう
like
な
the TP
話
metals
を
and the transformation?
Yeah, so
聞
one
い
of
た
the
昨日の夜
gatekeepers
で
that
し
you
た。
hit later on is you have to get a certain number of TP medals, and you'll have to get your race-specific transformation. One of the reasons go Majin is because it has one of the quicker/easier transformations to get, combined with it has a quote-unquote unbreakable combo, which you've seen Riz use quite a
そう
bit
ですね、
here, which
まあ、
is
コメン
was
ト
it just a
の
bunch of
方 方で、ビットで色とか決めてますというふうに、UFO さんが言っていただいてるんですけども、今回のですね、下にさっきまで流れてたんですけど、ビットがね、このゲームすごいたくさん、項目ありまして、3つぐらいやったんだっけな。ゼノバース2。
the base vehicle that comes with this game is absolute garbage. It's not super fast.
そうです
No
ね。
traction.
It's yeah. So
まあ、カラーザ
so
マジン
nice
って
to
書い
have
てんで
this.、
チューズザマジンカラ
In
ー
this。part,
マジンの
we
色を
basically
決め
just
るっ
need to
て
do
い
a
うビッ
couple of
トが
things.
立
We
って
just
た
spoke to
の
Elder
と、
Kai, the
キャラク
controller
ターの名
academy,
前ですね。
and it's
ビ
just
ットが
because
立ってたの
that
と、
talking
ボイス
to
ラン
him is
ゲ
how
ー
you
ジ
would do
で
basically
す
little
ね。何
tutorials
語
that
喋
teaches you
る、何
different
語
like
の音声流
combo
すかで
strings
す
and
ね。
things
じゃあ、
like that
英
in
語
the
と
game.
日本語でという感じで、
You
And
also
so
see some
Supreme
動
padding
い
Kai,
て
going
たん
on
で
there.
すが、
yeah, Supreme Kai of Time just wants you to go to him just to show
英
you
語
that's
で
where you
な
can
っ
do
て
your
るんで
thing.
すね。ボイ
And
ス
then
に
yeah,
関
you
しては
saw。that I went
Yamcha.
straight
で、
to
キャラクタ
Capsule
ーの名前は
Corporation.
今
Yeah.
設定されている、今回の寄付先の団体である
Sorry, so yeah, some of the pathing was
NAMI
the
ナミ
Capsule
ですね。
Corporation, which floats
な
down
っ
just
て
to save
ま
a
す
little bit
し、
of time.
カラーの
Now,
方は
fighting Yamcha
グ
to get
リー
him
ンで
a
すね。
trainer
グ
and
リー
because
ン
it
が勝っ
opens
た
up
と。グリーン、ピン
his
ク、ブラック、ブルー、ホワイト、イエローの
TP
中で
metal
グリーン
mission
が
to
選
hunt
ば
for
れたと
turtle stones, which the only other option is
いう
Krillin,
ことです
and that
ね。
is the milk run missions, which are not worth it in terms of time and energy spent. If you do the Yamcha ones right, you can get 10 TP medals really fast, and that's kind of what we're banking on to push for a world record or personal best.
Yeah, so just to expand on that a little bit, like Dart said earlier,
そうですね。
we
どっ
end
ち
up
を
with
進
a
めってなと、
gatekeeper.
あの、
About 2/3 of the way through the run,
ちょっ
I'd
とね、
say.
僕もやったこ
Elder
とないん
Kai
で、な
won't
んと
let
も言
you
い難い
take
んです
on
け
the
ど、
next mission until
なん
you
か、
have shown him that you've gathered 15 TP medals.
なんかそうい
And
う、
so typically how you do that
こ
is
の
every
玉
new
になって
mission
移動
that
し
is
てるの
not a
は、
main story mission that you complete, you gain 1 TP medal. So we got one from fighting Yamcha right there. But as you can imagine, that basically means in order to get 10 TP medals, you have to do 10 extra missions.
これ大
And that certainly
ま
takes
あなん
time.
かミッションがどう
But
のこう
doing
のってお
Yamcha's
っしゃって
special
るんで、
class, where he throws a turtle stone, that gives you 10 TP medals, ideally, right away. And so, one of the worst things that
ア
can
イテム
happen
を買っ
in
て、
this
まあこういう
speedrun, in my
RPG 要素
opinion,
が
is
このメイ
Yamcha
ンのところ
not
にあるみ
showing
たいで
up
す
to
ね。
do
で、
his
なん
turtle
かキャラ
stone
クター
hunt.
がいっぱいいてね、そういう
Which has
対
been the
戦
last
できる
few
よみたい
practice
なのとかも
attempts.
このゲーム自体の売
Yes,
り
the
らしい
last
んで
3
すが、
runs in a row, he has not shown
非
up
常に
on
多くの
time
キャ
for
ラ
me.
クターが
Two
出
of
る
the
と
times
聞い
he
て
didn't
ます
show up
ね。
at all.
Really hoping we
Um,
get better luck this run.
Absolutely, because there's unfortunately nothing more we can do. I trigger it as quickly as possible, as far as when I do his fight, just to make sure I give him as many opportunities to have his training
ク
sessions.
エストをこなしていく感じ
But
な
there's
んで
only
す
so
か
much you
ね、
can do.
最初は。
So right now we're going into the tutorial parallel quest, and this is just another thing that Supreme Kai of Time is making us do, just to teach us that parallel quests are a thing. This is how you access them, and these are some of the things you can expect from the parallel quests. Right now, we just need to use our scouter, which we sold, but thankfully we have amazing eyesight. Find these 2 items, which are always in static positions. Then we just wait by the portal here for Elder Kai to finish talking. So in regards
ま
to
あ
the
大体
TP medals, we
87
need
キャラぐ
15
ら
in
いと
total. We're
ね、
hoping
大
on
体
getting
なの
10
か、
from
こう具体
Yamcha.
的なのか難しい。
We got one
87
from training with
も
Yamcha just earlier.
キャラ
We're
クター
gonna
出て
get
んです
one
ね、ドラ
from
ゴンボー
this,
ル。
and then we're just going to
あ、で
do
もそれぐらい出
3
てんのか。
extra missions to get the last 3
なん
that
かね、
we
かな
need.
りそ
One of them
の、
will
なん
be
ていうんですか、
our
細
transformation.
かな、細かなという
As I
か、
mentioned earlier,
色、
another
かな
big
りその、
barrier in this game, as
どういっ
opposed
た
to
らいいん
New
です
Game
かね。
Plus, is each
今ま
race
で
has a
ピック
unique
アップされてこな
transformation.
か
There
っ
are
たよう
5
なね、
races
キャ
in
ラ
this
ク
game
タ
that
ー
you
が。
can play as. There's Saiyan, Earthling, Namekian, Frieza, and of course Majin, which I'm playing as.
ゲームに出てくるという
And
よう
each
な
one
感
has
じで
their
聞いて
own
るんで、
race
ドラゴ
specific
ンボールね、大
transformation.
好きな方
Like
と
Super
かはす
Saiyan
ごい。
has,
まあま
or
あ、ドラ
Saiyan
ゴンボール
rather
好き
has
な
Super
方はね、もう
Saiyan.
すでにやっておら
Majin
れ
has
るのかなとは
purification.
思うんですが。
Namekian has giant form. Frieza has golden
待望
Frieza.
のゲーム
And
だった
Earthling
みたいです
has
ね。
Power Pole and a Nimbus Cloud. And they each have different requirements in order to unlock them. And so that's one of the reasons, as Dart said, that Majin is currently the fastest to play, just with the routing that's been done to unlock their transformation.
Saying second right now, right?
Yes. I have been able to get it very close.
こう
I'm so close to
牧歌
knocking off
的
another
な
minute on the
BGM
Saiyan
の中に
transformation
急に戦い
requirements,
が
but
始まっ
not
て
quite.
また困惑してるんですけど、
So I'm still in
サ
the
イバイマン
process
と
of
ね、い
routing
きな
a
り戦い
Saiyan
を
onto
始め
this,
て、
but
Yeah.
it's becoming more tangible.
結構
Has
ね、
anyone routed or at least posted a routed one for Namekian or Frieza? Because I know they're a
ホ
No.
コ
lot
ホコとした
harder to
音
get to
楽が
those transformations,
流
but I don't
れ
think
てる
anyone
中、いきなり
cried
ボコ
because
ボ
of
コに
that.
殴り出してるんで、
Yeah, the
クリリン
requirements
の
for
頭
getting
み
the
たいなのが見え
Namekian
たな。
and the Frieza transformations just take a long time because not only are there a lot lot more missions to account for. But you have to do it when the game tells you to. Basically, you get a summons to go back to the time rift, and to.
あ
Oh, that
あ
was unfortunate slope there.
Yeah.
Just made me miss everything.
ここからメインのという
Also
か、ちゃ
unfortunate
んと
one
し
of
た
them's
バ
a
トルが
Majin
始
because
ま
they
りま
just
し
have
た
so
ね。
much more health.
Yes, the Majins are the bulky ones, especially the males if they have full stamina.
なんか後ろにさっきチラチ
Something
ラ
else
チ
I
ラ
want
チ
to
ラ
point
クリ
out
リンが
here,
見えてるん
with this
ですよ
parallel
ね。
quest, if you go in with allies, because as you might have seen in the lobby, you're allowed to pick up to 2 companions.
なんかこ
If
う
you go
い
in
う
with
景
any
色のとこ
allies, they
で
will actually share your level.
あんまりチラチラ
So
クリ
that
リ
can
ン
be
が
a
いる
good
とあ
way
ん
if
まり
you're
いい
ever.
思い出
I
が
mean,
ない
you
ん
wouldn't
で
be
すけど。
struggling with a tutorial, but if you're ever struggling with a parallel quest, boosting your own level will mean that your allies level is also boosted. Oh, these are actually 2 Majin.
あ、一応共闘してくれるん
Small
ですね、
one.
クリ
I
リ
did
ン。
not see that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But now
they
that
just
they're
have so
done,
much.
we just have one more fight for this parallel quest and then it will be over. So all of these little events that have happened, picking up the items, fighting the 2 Cybermen, the Kaiware men, and then those 3 time patrollers, these are all set
そうですね、今
dude at the
本家の
same
方で
time and in the
も
same
栽培
locations.
マン、カイワレマ
The
ンっ
only
て
thing
言っ
that's
ておられて
random
ま
is
した
what 3
ね。
time patrollers you get. So that's why it was unfortunate we got the
なんだ
2
クリリ
male
ンはさっき
Majins,
から。
but it's not the worst thing ever. I mean, that was just about as bad as it could have been. Having 2
If there's
male
3
Majins.
Majins, it'd be worse, but yeah.
Yes, hence just about as bad.
ちょっとね、このゲーム自体はね、すげえ手伸びてる。あれなんで、
So here we just
な
want
ぜ
to beat these 2 as
こ
quickly as we can,
う、
because that
ヤ
will
ムチャをボコボ
basically
コにしてるのか
indicate
僕
the
も
end
把
of this
握をして
parallel
ないんで
quest.
すけど、
But unfortunately, they might have dialogue after this line anyway.
そうですね、なんか天津飯の背中ボコボコにしてますけど、
It's
Still
random
talking.
as to whether or not they continue
ね、
to
ボ
speak
コボ
even
コにして
after
ると
they're
こ
dead,
右上
which
に
is
ね、
unfortunate just because it can waste a few
ヤ
more
ムちゃん
seconds.
も
But
天津飯もびっくりしてる顔が出てくるんで
either。way, that felt good.
Yeah, now we just gotta wait out them talking. Do.
So one of the rewards that we got from this parallel quest, aside from the TP medal,
そうで
of
す
course,
ね、
is we got some Hercule
RPG の
badges.
が多い
And
RTA イ
what
ベントです
we're
ね。
going to use them for
ス
in
ケ
this
ジュー
run
ルが先ほ
is we're
ど
going to
なん
sell
か
them
チャットで
to
また
get
出て
money,
くる
because
と
that's
思い
how
ますの
selling
で、
items
ぜひ見
works.
ていただければと
And
思
then
い
we're
ま
going
す
to go
が、
to Tosak, who I
現
went
在
to
は
earlier but
ドラ
didn't
ゴ
even
ンボー
mention.
ルゼノバー
And
2
purchase
で
more
弾になって
levels.
空飛んでます。
So selling all of these. So this NPC over here, this old Namekian
あ、
named
一応あれ
Tosak,
なんですね。
um,
彼ら
he
の
will
方が悪者
exchange
なんですね。びっく
Zenny,
りし
which
た
is a
顔して
common
る二人
currency
の
in
方
this
が。
game, for levels. Unfortunately, he exchanges them
で
one
ください、
level
も
at
う
a
僕
time,
が全
so
然
there's a lot of mashing
ゲ
involved.
ームの話
This
で
is
きない
the
んで、
second of 3
ね、
times that we're
ボ
going
ラ
to
ン
be
ティアの
purchasing
方、皆
levels,
さん
and the
総
third
出で
time
僕
is
のお手伝いし
absolutely
てい
the
ただいて
longest.
助かります。ありがとうございます。
But it really is worth it. It's boosted the
な
time
んか
of this
こう
game quite
RPG
a
モー
bit.
ドみたいな感じで
Yeah, it would be
こ
nice if this game
うミッ
ever
ション
added
を
in
クリアし
anything
てい
that would
く
let
感
you
じっ
do
ぽいです
multiple
ね。
things at once, or scale up scale more than one tick at a time.
Yeah. So now we're going to talk to her just to check off we did the parallel quest and we spoke to Elder Kai.
でもこう弾になっ
And
て
now
飛
we
んで
need
る
to
の
go
も
and
いまい
talk
ち
to
納
these
得いって
3
ないですけど、
NPCs, because if we don't,
どういう仕組
then
みなの
later
かちょ
they're
っと。
just going to pull us out of the time nest, which is where we take on missions, and that just wastes more time. So we're going to have them talk to us on our own terms. We're already in the area, we might as well. And for some reason, when you talk to the TP metal shop clerk, which is where I just was, and then you
こ
back
う
out and you talk to them again,
町
Bulma
なんで
appears and
すか
starts
ね。
talking to
で、
you.
話でき
I'm
てる
not
人た
exactly
ち
sure
は、
why it does
そ
that,
の
but it does.
歴史介
That's
入して
thanks
く
to
る
the
敵
DLCs that have been added since the game
の
was
影響を受け
released.
て
At
ないって
least
こと
the
なんですかね。
Bulma
それとも
Scream
なんかこ
multiplayer
う、
man, all of
Yeah,
these.
all 3 of those that I just spoke to, those were all because of updates that have come out, and including this cutscene. This cutscene was added to the game 4 days ago. And so we're just going to mash start to skip past them as quickly as we can.
弾
Unfortunately,
弾
we
に
do
乗ら
get
ず
to
に
see
自
some
分
of
で
them.
自
It
力で
does
飛ぶ
take
方
some
が
time.
まあま
Yeah,
あ、
it's
そう
like
まあ
そう言われたら
5
確
seconds
か
to
にね、
load.
弾乗って
4
飛んでる方が
days
納
ago.
得はいきますよね。
Yeah.
And now we're in here. So now we get to go and take on the second mission. And this is Earth's history. And so first we're going to be fighting against Nappa, and then after that we get to fight
おー、
against
海洋
Turles.
神様ってエルダー
And
海って
there's
い
more
う
to this
名前ですね。
particular, split, you could say, because that's how I split them. But Nappa and Turles, their fights are a little bit special. The others that are in this split are basically just as soon as you kill them, you've killed them and you get to move on, well done. These ones you
そう
have
で
to
すね、
wait for
ゲーム自体
dialogue.
は、
But there's something special about
今
this
回は
one
パソ
too,
コン
where if you
版
get
に
Nappa
な
and
り
Turles
ま
down
す
to half
が、
health before Yamcha finishes this line, it
日
skips
本国外
dialogue.
のみ
It basically
まあ
jumps
そ
you
こ
ahead
版
to this point where
提供
Gohan
され
says
てい
that
るようで
presence
す
is so
ね。
strong, get
日本
familiar.
国内に関しては、
And otherwise, we would see something
一応
about
ウィ
those
キペ
eyes
デ
that
ィア
bright
曰く
red.
ですが、2016
Together
年
between
11
the
月
Snappa
2日に
one
プレイ
and
ステー
the
ション
Turles one,
4、
it saves,
2017年
I
9月
think,
7
around
日に
50
スイッチ版
seconds.
が発売されているとい
That's
うこ
pretty
とで、
significant amount
お
of
よ
them
そ
just
5
talking
年、
back and forth
丸5
while
年、
they're invulnerable and you are
最初
not
に発売
fighting
されてから
them.
丸
Yes,
5年です
absolutely.
ね、経ってるゲームということみたいですね。
And here,
So
just
that
going for
is
more combo points to level up.
exactly. So
千
see,
え
Gohan says that line and then it
そうですね、
just
今日
skips.
が9日なんで、本当
But
に
yes,
5
as
年
Dart
と
just said,
1週間。
so one of the things you might see me doing, especially early on, is I will,
倒
after
した
I've
ら味
reached
方に
whatever
なってくるんです
objective I
ね。
need to, like getting them down to half health by that certain point of dialogue, I'll spam key blasts at them, or I'll grab them 3 times,
なん
and that's
か、
just to get
う
extra
なじを
little
見せられ
visit
た。なんだ
points at the end when it calculates your score, because your score in this game is equivalent to your experience. So early on, that matters a little bit more, just because a little more
そうですね、なん
experience
か
means
み
more
んなで
levels.
囲んでる
Once
中で
we've
ボコボコに
purchased
して
our
る
bulk
感じなん
levels,
で、
it's not really
ホー
going
リ
to
ーランド
affect
み
it
たいで
as
すね、なんか。
much. But early on, it's nice. And another thing that you touched on, Dart, one of the most annoying things about this game, especially in my opinion, playing casually, but obviously for me too, because I'm trying to go as fast as possible, is a lot of these missions are locked
なん
behind
か、
dialogue.
その
basically.
首
So
を、
right
なん
now, you
か、
can see
そ
that
ういう
I'm
戦
wailing
い
on
方してほし
Turles,
くな
but
い
he
な。
is
首
still
をグイグイ締
invincible.
めるみたいな。
He's not taking
あ
any
んまり、
damage,
あんまりドラゴン
and
ボールで見
the
たい絵じゃな
dialogue
い
is just
な。首
continuing
グイ
on.
グイは。
If I were to let him attack me, though, I would still take damage. So a lot of these missions, the enemy becomes invulnerable until a certain point, but you are still very much vulnerable. And there are some missions where they talk a lot. So it can be
そうなんですよね、
quite
そ
unfair and
の、
quite
劇
punishing
場
in my
版と
opinion,
か、
with how some of these work. But
Just
we'll
what you have to
definitely
deal
see
with.
more of that later.
です
Yeah,
ね。
what you have to deal with.
まあ
There
あ
is
の出て
one
くるキャ
fight
ラ
that
クタ
does
ー
not
が
follow that
こ
rule. And that
そ
is
れ
the
ぞ
very
れ
last fight in
フ
the
ォーカスさ
game.
れてこのゲーム出てくるという
The
こ
very
とみ
last
た
fight
い
in the
なんで、
game, once the
いいです
or
よ
rather,
ね。
okay, so
Second part of the
い
very
いで
last
すよねっ
fight.
ていう
the
のもあれで
first
すけど。
phase of the very last fight.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, once he's invincible in that at that point, you are too. But with these ones, like with Nap and Vegeta just there, it was just a matter of as quickly as you can beat them, you get to move on. And so that's where it comes down to. Early on in the run, some of the AI at least is nicer than others, and you can be able to say, all right, I need to do like this,
そう
you
で
know,
すね、
many
なんか
combos
昔
of
はね、
this
よくド
to
ラゴ
this
ンボール
dude,
の映画ってね、見に行った。
etc. So I knew with Nappa, I
Oh.
needed to beat him with 3 full combos, and then use
Nappa
the rest
と
of my Meteor Crash, which is my skill.
ベジータ、どっちも
Now Nappa's down.
大ザル
Nappa's
化して
almost
ます
down.
ね。
Now he's down. And now with
Okay,
Vegeta, do the
T-bomb.
same thing. Yeah, so another thing about the different races is they each have a different charged basic Ki Blast.
なんか、もう、なんか
I
もう、
don't
顔
remember what
が
they
かわ
all
いそ
are,
う。
but for instance, I'm pretty sure Saiyan is homing, or maybe it's speed, and Frieza I think is poison.
結
The
構あれですね、
Majin
やっぱり
base is this
格ゲ
bomb
ーというかア
key,
クションゲームな
and
の
it
で、
is really powerful
こ
against
う、ハメ
Great Ape.
で
And so the
ゲー
best
ムを
thing
進
to
めてい
do
くっ
is
ていう
just
感じ
spam it
が
at them,
RTA のポイントになるん
and
で
then
す
they
かね。いかにこう、はめていく。悟空がちょろちょろしてるな。
Okay, and so now we're actually going to
あ、
be going
尻
into
尾切り
the
ましたね。
busiest part of the
何もして
run.
ないクイーンが
Basically,
血
when
を
I
流
was
して
routing
ます
this,
け
I
ど。
tried to put everything as I tried to do everything as efficiently as possible, and so anytime you would need to
ねえ、
go
なんか
out
さっ
of
きか
the
らこう、
time
姑
nest in
息な
order to get
技
TP
に
medals
頼
for
っ
your
て
transformation,
敵を倒そうとする Z 戦士たちを見
I
てる
tried
ん
to
で、
see if I
なん
could
かね、
lump them
こう、
together, and this
心が
was
ク
the
サ
best
ク
that
サ
I've
し
been
て
able
く
to
る。
come up with so far.
僕
So
た
at
ち
this
が
point
小
in
さい
the
時見
story,
て
we're
たド
going
ラ
to
ゴ
be
ンボールは
tasked
こうじゃ
with
なかったっていう気
investigating
持
the
ちがちょっ
5
とあるんです
time
けど。
rifts. And so there are 5 of them because there are one for each. There's one for each race in the game, each playable race.
なん
And
か
that's
ね、
where you
そ
unlock your
の、
race specific
ね、
transformation.
小学校とかの
And
前でね、
so
よく
this is
わ
where
から
we're
な
going to
い、
get the last of our TP medals,
まあ
aside
ま
from
あ、
the 10
よ
that
く
we're
わからないと
expecting
いう
from
なんか
Yamcha's
の、
Turtle Stone Hunt.
多
And we're
分ちゃ
going
んと
to
した
get
人
our
なんでしょうけど、
transformation as well.
おじさ
So
んとか
first
おば
things
さん
first,
が
we're
ね、
gonna hop in our
こ
vehicle, and we're going to go talk to one of our
う、ドラゴ
favorite
ンボールと
NPCs
ド
in
ラ
the
えもんの
game.
券くれるんですよね、割引券。いきな
And
り小
he
学
is
校の
going
前
to
の門
help
の
us
と
out
こ
with
ろ
the
で。
transformation. This is Jija.
なんかわからんまん
Jija
ま、
hates bitter
こう、そ
people. If you
の
actually
門のと
listen
こ
to
で
his
ね、
dialogue, he'll tell you
割
so.
引
So
券、
we do the anguish emote in
子
front
供
of
た
him.
ちが
He
受け取っ
freaks
て帰っ
out
て
and
い
he
くんです
gives
けど、
us a full set of
どういう仕
clothing.
組みやったかちょっと
Like
僕
any
もよく分
normal
かってないん
person
ですけ
will
ど。
Super nice
まあ
guy.
ね、多分
So
今の
now we're
ね、
gonna
そうい
take
う
that
のは
clothing, come all the way back over here
あ
to
ま
the
り
item
セキュリ
shop.
ティ的によろしくない
We're
んで
gonna
ないでしょう
sell
ね。
every piece of it.
なんかこう、夏休み前とかにな
Now
る
I
と
want、to get this. That's
ね
Super Soul. I'll equip that
まあ、あれ
later.
は、なんだ
And
ろう、
now we're
教
going
科
to
書とかの
purchase
教
a
材、
bunch
ま
of
あ、
levels.
なんで
This
もい
is
い
the
ですけ
last
ど、
time we're purchasing
そうです
levels
ね、
in
な
this
ん
run,
か
but it's important.
映画の
And
チ
if
ケッ
you
ト
have
割
any
引もらっ
donations
た
to
なっていう
read,
の
now
が、
would be a good time to get a
ドラ
few
ゴン
in.
ボールの映画版のイメージですよね。
Yes,
思い
sir,
出です
as
ね。
we do. Let's see,
そう、
we have a $10 donation from Anonymous. No comment. Thank you, Anonymous. We have
この緑色の
another
子は、
$25 from Anonymous.
あの
Thank you, Anonymous.
どういうポジションでこのキャ
And
ラは、
third time's a charm.
主人公は存
Anonymous
在するんですかね。
gifts $10 donation. No comment.
何の
Thank
人
you,
なんですかね、この
Anonymous.
人。
How much money does Anonymous have?
Anonymous is banking. But let's do this. Let's have some fun with this, chat. Let's get some Dragon Ball Z puns in donations. Can we do
That's
that?
good.
Like a $5 train? Let's do that.
And we're just about done here. I'll do one
Also-
more level.
Just because I can't remember the exact name. What was the name of your Super Soul you just bought, and what does it do? If you wanted to go over
なんか
that.
タイムパトロールなんで
Someone's
すね。
asking in chat.
Oh, it's
だから
something
玉になっ
about.
て
I
空を
think
飛
it's
べる
get
わけです
lost
ね。
before I send you flying.
普
It's
通
one
人
of
間
Yamcha's
玉
super
になって
souls.
空飛べないですも
And
ん
what
ね。
it does is
肌も緑
I
色か
actually
の
don't
方
know
は
the
多分だい
base
ぶ少
effect
ないと
because
思
I
うし。
don't use it.
It's just for the key attack up, right?
What happens is super souls have limit bursts, which you can use once per battle. And the limit burst for that particular one is it activates auto key recovery for a short time, and it increases your attack for a short time. And it's a
最
fairly
後あれじゃないです
significant
か、
boost. I couldn't tell you how much.
元気玉
but,
じゃないですか、大体
You
映
ran
画
the
って。
numbers
そん
once,
な
and
こ
it
とない
was
かな。
seeming like
It did.
it made
な
the
んか
difference of a
鹿
few
と
It
か
seconds.
was
がいきなり
absolutely
空見上げ
worthwhile,
て
and it lasts, I think, like 18 seconds of actual
元気の
usability.
強制徴収され
So
てっ
that's why we grab it.
Once permission
ていうイメージで
transition
すけど。
fight.
Yeah, so it says that it can only be used once per battle, but when the scene transitions, even if you're fighting the same person on the same plane or whatever, you can activate it again, so it's quite nice. Really quickly, why I went in there to talk to Majin Buu. So for the Majin transformation, what you need to do is you
あ、
need
で
to
もそう
feed
だな、
Majin
この
Buu
キャラ
enough
ク
food
ター
that he spawns 3
あ
little
れだ、
Majin
そ
Buulings.
の、ビットオンのところ
And
に、
we can get most of that
あ
on
の、肌
our
の色決めるの
own
が
by
魔
just
人って書いて
purchasing
たし、
water
なん
from
か
the
魔
store,
人
which
なん
you'll
でし
see
ょう
me
ね、こ
do
の
very soon.
子も。
But you can only
タイ
have
ムパ
one
トロ
stack
ー
of
ル
each
なの
item,
か、
and each stack
タイ
can
ムパ
only
ト
go
ロ
up
ー
to
ルであるとこ
99.
ろ
And
の
it
魔
would
人
take,
な
I
の
believe,
か。
103 water
あ、そうなん、
to
認
have
証しな
enough
い
to。get the 3
あ、
Majin
そうなん、
Buulings.
強制じゃない
So
ん
if you
か。
talk to Majin Buu, it activates that quest of like gathering him food.
あ、
And
上
a
を
few
向いてる
different
のはなんか
NPCs
しんどい
appear
って
on
わ
the
けじゃ
map
ないで
that
す
if you
ね。
talk to them, they'll give you food. So we just need that to get the last little bit of food that we need. Before we fight
元
them,
気玉フィニッシュ
Yes.
少ないですね。
before we fight them, we're going to use the attribute points that we got from purchasing all those levels. So I'm going to get my basic attacks
ああ、
up.
種
I'm
族
gonna
が
get my
選べる。
strike
なるほ
supers
ど。
up. And then the last thing before we actually go and talk to these guys, let's equip that super soul we bought. And now we're good to go.
なん
So
か
we are
その
fighting these
メン
people,
バ
the
ー
Great
並んだら
Saiyaman,
地球
for
人
two
弱すぎません
reasons.
か？
One, beating them gives us a TP medal.
Two
So this
general
will
spite,
be-
right?
Okay, 3 reasons.
そう勝てないでしょ、地球
One, a
人、
TP
魔
medal,
人族
two,
とか
general
サイヤ
spite.
人とか。戦闘
And
民族でしょ、だ
three,
ってサイヤ人って。
when we defeat them, they'll actually give us an outfit for kind of being like
ね
an initiate. But here's my
Pretty-
limit burst. So you can see
ク
my
リリン
attack just
強
went
い
up
ですけ
there.
どね。ただクリリンさっ
You
き
can
から
see
何も
on
してない
my
ですよ。後ろで
name,
ちょろちょ
on
ろ
the
動いて
left
る
hand
だけ
side, I
で。
have that kind of fiery effect. That's how you know that the limit burst is still active. So really quickly, and he's dead.
あ、グレートサイヤマ
But
ン
yes,
まで
they'll
敵
give
にな
us
ってるんだ。
another outfit. And we're just going to do the same thing we did with the last outfit we were given. We're going to go sell it. And we're going to use that money to buy the waters that we need to
地
feed
球
Majin.
人バランス、バランスって何と何のバランスですか？ドラゴンボールって戦闘力っていう数値一択じゃないですか。
It's the
他
Majin
に
way,
バラン
you
スって
know?
あるんですね。知力知力で戦うシーンあったかな、ドラゴンボール。
The Saiyan route as I
ちょっ
have
と
is
ごめんなさい。
actually
僕
fairly
もドラゴン
similar
ボール
so
全然
far
詳しく
in
ないん
that you
で、
need to get
あ
outfits
れなんです
to,
けど、
you know, sell them
知
for
力
more
で
money.
戦うシーンあるんですね、
But
ドラゴンボー
really
ル。
for the sake of
なんか
getting more
1年間
levels.
筋トレして帰ってきてあかんかったみたいな、
Aside from
が
that, they're
ド
actually
ラゴンボー
really
ルの
close
知
in
力
terms
な
of
んかな
growing
と思っ
right
たん
now.
ですけど、そういうわけでもないですね。
So this is the 5th and final time rift that we need to visit. So we need to talk to this final quintuplet here. Because that's what we were tasked to
天
do
津
by
飯はね、
Supreme
確か
Time.
公式
Now we're going
で
to fight
日本、
Vegeta.
地球人じゃないですよね。
And this will give us
違いましたっ
another
け？
TP medal and another outfit to sell. Were you going to say something?
I was gonna say, and with these, just of note, you have to the instructor missions change your move position. So just of note, like they'll
ち
change
ょっ
your
と
load
あ
to
ん
the
まり
Y
その
button.
元気玉の話を
Well,
深
this
く掘る
isn't
と
an
僕の
instruction.
年齢が明らかになって
Alright,
くるんで
this is
ちょっとやめましょう
Yes,
か。
but you are correct. When I fought Yamcha earlier, I had to be careful because Meteor Crash for me is
さ
normally
っ
on
き
Y,
ベ
as
ジ
we
ータ
can
し
see
ばいたの
there.
にな、またし
But
ばい
when I
て
was
る。
fighting Yamcha, it was moved to X
でもなんか戦ってる場所が
because it
KO
puts
手
the
だ。
move that they were teaching you on the Y position. But thankfully, I remembered this time. It's a conscious effort every time I go through this game. But
It's like the only fights that do
なんか
it.
修行的なもんやったんかな。
so
何
we
回も
beat
何
him,
回
we got
も
our
ベ
TP
ジー
medal,
タ
and we got the
しばい
outfit.
てる。
And so now we've gotten one TP medal from fighting Yamcha, one from the
TP メダ
Parallel
ル2
Quest,
のを取りに行け
one
と。
from the Great
TP
Saiyaman,
なんで
and
タイ
one
ム
from
パトロール
Vegeta
なん
there.
ですかね。
So let's sell all of these. I may have visited the wrong shop. Here we go.
ス
Just,
キ
you know,
ルを
people
山ほど
saying
買っ
good
てま
luck
す
in
ね
the。chat. Just passing that on.
Oh, thank you, everybody.
人造
Appreciate
人
it.
間はね、その人工
Okay,
で
so we got
作
our
った
99 water.
地球人で
But
す
like
か
I
ら
said, we need like 103
人造
water
人間
or
も
the
地球人
equivalent. So now
扱
we're
い
going to talk
で
to
しょう
some
け
other
ど。
people. We got one candy there. That's not enough, unfortunately. So let's go and talk to Sisito. She gives us more.
そうですね、なんか犬が
One
街
candy
を
as
ね、
well. So now we're going
国
to
を
talk to
Third one.
Natsu.
あれしてたりするんで。
Give
まあまあ
me
少々
another
その
thing,
地球
preferably better
人の
than
人
candy.
の幅も結構
Three
確かに
chocolate, three chocolate. That's
Yeah.
広いですね。
Yeah.
そう言われると。
Yeah, so different food items have different star values in this game, and the different star values affect how much nutrition they grant Majin Buu. So water is a 1-star item, that's why you need so much of it, and unfortunately candy is also a 1-star item, and that's what the first 2 NPCs gave us. So
そっか、つうことはで
much
も
better
地
to
球
have
人最
chocolate
そうな
because
ってくる
that's
と地球
2-star,
人
even
最
better
強
to
が
have
クリリンや
pudding
ったら
because
セ
that's
ルとクリリン
3-star,
戦った
or
ら
things
クリリン
like
勝つってことですか？
roasted fish or giant fish.
そ
I
う
think
なる
those
と
are
ま
two
た
separate
難しい
things.
ですね。
But those are the kinds of things you hope for. It just doesn't always happen.
Means one more NPC to talk to.
ちょっと
Yeah.
その犬の大統領の話はその世間に出していい話なんですかね。
But now this is the
ね
second
危険な
Majin
匂いし
Buu
かしないですけ
spawning.
ど。
Yes, this is how Majin are born.
No one likes it.
あられちゃんはね、
But this is
ロボットでしょ
reality.
だって。
Okay. So give him the 31 water that we
ロボッ
have.
トは地球人じゃない
and
ですよ、
then
そら
just。as many
ロボッ
chocolate
トは
as
ロ
it
ボ、
takes
ロボは
to-
ロボですよ。
So now
だっ
after he
て
spawns the third
ガンダ
one,
ムとか見て、
I should point out
あー
other races can also do
月、
this.
月人だなと
But they
か、
don't
ああ、
spawn,
地球人だ
you
な
know,
とか思わない
this
じゃないですか
event。here,
ロボはロボです。
which is how you unlock the transformation as a Majin. And another thing is, if you're playing as a Majin, you can spawn more than these 3 Majin Boolings. I'm pretty sure if you're not playing as a Majin, you're restricted to just those 3.
そうですね、地球
So
性ロ
here,
ボ
in
で
order
す
to
よね。
unlock our transformation, we need to beat Majin Buu in this fight.
まあ、ロボはロボなんですけど、じゃあロボコップはじゃあ何なんかっつう話に
And
なって、ちょっ
he's
と
one
ま
of
たや
the
やこしい
most
ですけ
fun
どね。
fights because of his moves. Like
Yeah.
that, where he turns people to candy.
Typically, this fight is not
Yeah, they
super
don't
scary in
yeah,
terms
so-
of like it being dangerous, you know, risk of me dying. But Majin Buu has some of the most annoying movesets in the game.
They just eat up so much time, so it's much worse when you're speedrunning.
Yes. Okay, but now
上
I
がっ
have
て
my
ますね。
purification
5点が
unlocked,
ちょ
so
ろ
you
ちょろ
can
してます
see
ね、後ろで。
that I'm basically
5
Kid
点
Buu
とトラン
now,
クスが。
which is kind of
こ
unfortunate
あ
because
あ、
you
で
know I
も
was
一応ちゃんとあれなんですね。
being a
戦
Majin
闘
and
に参加して
everything,
くれるん
but
ですね。さっきクリリンはマジで
gender
後
is a
頭部見せてくるだけでしたけど。
Forgot you turn it stays green when you purify for some reason. I thought that was
It
like
changes,
you would always
it
go pink.
changes your look, but
But yeah, it's still the same like shirtless
yep.
dude presenting. Yeah.
気がオートリカバリーするって出ましたね。
And so now, if you haven't
そうで
noticed,
すね。
there's
結構
still
この上
Majin
に出
Buu
て
in
る
this
ゲージ
fight,
を見てる
but
と、
now we also have these
こ
3 Majin Buu
う、
smalls
ね、
to fight.
由緒正しいドラゴンボールの格ゲーというか、アクションゲ
Oh, he's
ー
being
の
turned into a cookie. There's nothing I could do about that.
スタイルで
It's
すよ
just one of
ね。
those animations that you cannot interrupt. One of the moves that makes Majin Buu really unfortunate to fight. But we've already used our limit burst, so now we just need to rely on our raw skill and potential.
A lot of punching.
A lot of punching, a lot of
Oh.
going supersonic, rolling into him.
Pearl flashing.
なんかコサックダンスみたいな
As soon as I can
キッ
stun
クを
him
出
one
し
more
するん
time.
だな。
There we go. So now we've beaten Majin Buu, Majin Buu, Majin Buu Small, Majin Buu Small, and Majin Buu Small, and we get to move on This is now our 5th TP medal, and we have our transformation. So now at this point, all we need is to have Yamcha show up at a good time to throw the turtle
ゲーム
stone,
にあれなん
and
で
to
すね。
have him throw it in a good place.
そうですね。さ今レベル
Right,
って出ましたけど、
and
レ
Show
ベ
up
ルの
and
シ
ruin
ステムが
it
ね
if、he
あるんですよ
throws
ね
it。far.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing is, so when Yamcha has his turtle stone throw event, he'll appear on a little island in the main hub, just kind of set above everything else. And if he throws the turtle stone there, that's great. That's what we want. But if he doesn't, then you're basically guaranteed to get no more than 8 TP medals, and we need 10.
ちょっと僕もね、魔
So
人
we check
族
off
っ
that
て
we
いうの
visited
は
all
そ
the
の
time
魔
risks,
人
and
部
now
以
we're
外
going
にも
to go
結構い
talk
る
to
もん
this
なんですか
photo
ね。
mode bot really quick. We're not actually going to take any pictures, but if you load into this lobby,
魔人
and
部
then
以
if
外
you
の魔
back
人
out,
族って、
it will trigger a cutscene.
まあ、こ
And
の
why this
ね、
is
まあ、
important to
こ
do
の主人公
is
魔人族で
if
す
you
からね。
don't do this here, then it will trigger
噂によると。
instead after you beat the next mission in the time nest, and we don't want that. We don't want it to pull us out unnecessarily. So we trigger it while we're already in the hub area,
太陽様、なる
feeling
ほ
good
ど。
and all that.
So fancy.
So fancy.
Something you'll
この
never
主
go
人
up to the Hero
公の
Coliseum.
頭から出
correct.
てる緑色のふさふ
I
さは
will
髪
not
の毛
face
なんです
it
か
in
ね。
this. In
肌
this
と
run.
同じ色の髪の毛が。
And so now that we've done
魔人
all
族
of
は入る
that,
ってこ
it's
とですか
actually
ね。
time to go back in and do the technically the third like story mission. But now we get to go and do Namekian history. And in case you were wondering, currently in the main hub,
い
I
や、
am
そうな
not
ってく
allowed
る
to
と、
fly. My character
な
just
んつう
doesn't
の
have
魔
their
人ブー
flying
の
license. That'll
キャ
come
ロは、あ
after
れ
we
はあ
beat
れ
the
で
Frieza
髪の毛なんです
saga.
かね。
But
あれ
even
は
when
な
I'm
ん
in
だ
the
じゃあ。
time nest area where I
あ、
run
こ
up
こ
to
から
talk
なん
to
か
Elkai to
ち
begin
っ
a
ちゃい
mission,
のいっぱい出してた
I
りしてましたも
cannot
ん
go
ね。
into a vehicle either. So unfortunately, you just have to run around in that place.
触
Luckily, it's
触
not too
覚
far
がたくさ
for the
んっ
most
て
part
考える
from
と
where you
めちゃ
start
く
to
ちゃ
talk to
気
him.
持ち悪いけど。
So with this
そっ
bit,
か。でもまあ
Zargon、is
猫のヒ
now
ゲとかもこう
invulnerable.
触覚
We just
と
have to wait
の
for a
一種
little
と
bit
捉
of
えたら
dialogue to
確かにあれ
pass,
かな。
and then we can hit him again. It'll be just after Dodoria's line here,
なんかやっ
basically.
とこう純粋に敵やった人と戦ってる感じが。
And now he's dead.
ザーボンさんとドドリアさんですね。
We have time for a couple donations, Riz?
Actually, that's perfect timing. We're about to fight against Lord Slug, and it's just
Dodoria
waiting for
さんは
dialogue, so go ahead.
倒した
Okay.
かな。
I'm not sure if this is a pun or not, but Hat Lord donates $10 and says, soon.
For the record, Hat Lord is the previous world record holder for this game.
So not a
My
pun, but a
goodness.
vague
Not a pun,
threat.
just a
ナメック
just a
星人と戦うっつってま
Friendly
すね
threat.。
Thank you for the
Oh,
support,
ロー
Hat
ド
Lord.
ス
I
ラッ
appreciate it.
スラック。
By the way, so while the Yamcha Turtlestone hunt is one of the most run-breaking things in this game, because it's just a matter of luck whether or not he
やっ
shows
ぱこう魔
up.
人族
It
と比べ
also
ると
has
ナメック
saved,
星人
you know,
は
around 8
こう手足
minutes
の
of
伸
the
びがいい
run.
です
And
ね。
Hat Lord was the one who came up with that strat, so kudos to him. He also was the one who told me to try Limit Bursts on Super Souls.
He's helped out a lot. You
めちゃくちゃはめ
guys
て
had
るな。
some good back and forth
Absolutely.
as people were overtaking each other.
Oh, and when I was learning this run,
で
I
もまあ
watched
考
his.
え
That's
た
why
ら
I
ね、
played
こう
Majin
アニ
Team
メ
at
の
the
ドラ
beginning.
ゴンボールもこう比較的ハメ的な感じで
If
一
you
方
if you
的
have
に
another
殴
donation or two,
る
you can read them.
シーンか
Oh,
ら
yeah, we
の
actually have one
一
right
発
now. I
逆転
think this one
で
might be a pun.
交代して
This one
一
comes
方
from
的に
Mo.
殴
It's
るみたいな
$5, and it says,
流れ
it's
結構
all
あります
fine
もん
and
ね。
dandy until
意外とそう
the
思うと
kami
この
dies.
戦いは原作
Yeah,
準拠なのかもしれないな。
that is a pun. Well done.
Well done, chat.
So this one. No, Vegeta, don't
あ、
grab
生
him.
きてた。
Downside of
So
fighting
if
other
I had
people.
ドドリアさんが
If I had the option in this run, I would never have an NPC ally because they tend to just knock the characters away from me and ruin my combos. Like what happened there was Vegeta grabbed him, which meant that he was invulnerable for a couple seconds. But that's fine. All right, do you have one more?
We do not, but I
Okay,
can
cool.
mention some of the incentives that are coming up
Go ahead.
for a couple of the other games. So for Ease 9, Monstrum Nox, we have a bid war going
なる
on
ほど、
to
皆
make the
さん
final boss harder.
91年の映画
So
リアルタイ
far,
ムで
it's
見られてるんです
Skip
ね。
is winning at $10. And then we also have Golden Sun, Dark Dawn, the name of Matthew. There are no bids for it right now. I want to see his name be Budge. I think some of you in chat will get that reference.
VHS を借りれた時代もね、そこそこのあれなんですけど。 まあまあ、それはいいわ。
So what happened just there? We got pulled out of the time nest for Supreme Kai of Time to basically say that Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 has sold 10 million copies, pats on the back, and she gave me just a pair of like commemorative glasses. And I specifically use that when she pulls me out of the time nest because I want to buy
ねえ、
this
巻き戻
skill
しっていうのは
Super
ちょっ
Key
とわかんないで
Explosion.
すね。
And it's only available after that Namekian history there. So good time to get that done. And now we're going up against the Ginyu Force.
Everybody's favorite.
Everyone's favorite.
そのピチピチギャルはちょっとあれです
So I'm going
ね。
to activate my limit
そこ
burst
が
just to
限
get
界
as
なん
much
で、
damage in as possible, as quickly as
チャッ
possible.
トでは。
If we do 2 combos on him, we can do a quick meteor crash to finish him off.
ドラ
Push
ゴ
to
ンボール
Guldo,
な
knock
の
him
で、
away. One
ギャ
combo
ル
of
という単
this,
語は許され
and
る
then
かなって
meteor
感じはあり
crash.
ますね。多分。結構ね、そう思うと、こう、ドラゴンボールの漫画とか
So
読
that
む
was
と
that
ね、
fight. This
こう、
next fight, we're going up against
なんていうんです
Birder
か
and
ね、
Jace. We really can't hurt them
セリフ
much
回し、
until they
でもやっ
both,
ぱ
they
ね、
both
そう、
become
セリフ回
invulnerable.
し自
And
体
then
に
it's just
単
a
語とか
matter,
に
as
結構
with a
地
lot
雷
of
を
these
感じ
fights,
させる
of
んですけ
waiting
ど、
for
まあ漫
dialogue
画
to
は
pass.
ね、全然色あせない
So
な
I
と
won't
思い
use
ま
my
すけ
limit
ど、
burst yet because it would be
あれだけ
wasted.
の長
Like
さであ
already
れだ
Jace
け
is
のものを
invincible.
詰め込んだ漫画っていうのはやっぱ、まあいいわ、その話は。なんかそうですね、サッカーずっとナメック星で、このギニュー特戦隊と戦
Yeah,
っ
so
てるん
now
です
it's
か
just
ね。
really a matter of waiting for enough dialogue to pass that they're vulnerable again. So this is where if I wanted to, you know, I could do more of these key blasts just to make sure that I get those. You only need, I think, 20 in order to get the extra experience. I can get my grapples in. You need 3 of those to get the grappler, kind of like feat, that gives you more points.
He
But
just
like I
stays
said
vulnerable
too,
for so long.
they really
Yeah.
do, yeah.
いや、なんていうんですか
Like I
ね、そ
said, at this
の、
point, since we purchased so many levels, we're over leveled at this point in the story.
こうね、
And so
あ
the little
の
bits
あ
of
んま
extra
りテレ
experience
ビ
you get
で
from doing like
スポー
grappler
ツ
and
と
key
か
blaster,
を見
they don't
る
super help
子供
here,
じゃなかったんですよね、僕自身が。
but mostly just
な
to
ん
keep
で、
them
そ
occupied.
の、
After this line, though, they're vulnerable again.
ドラゴンボールをね、ずっと待ってて
Wow, you
も、
threw me back far.
こう、すぐその時間にね、
Oh, and
別
then he
のス
dodged
ポー
all
ツ
of
の
those.
中継
That was
が入っ
unfortunate.
て、
But now
全
we're good.
くドラゴンボールが進まなくて、ね、
Just getting him
だ
down
んだ
to
ん
that
こ
sliver of
う、
health.
そのスポーツにこうね、
So now as soon as we can KO one of these,
なかなか
dialogue will
愛
start
情を
that
持
will
てない
trigger
時代が
then
僕もあり
the
ましたけ
end
ど、
of this little fight with
こう
these
ね、
two. So there we go.
視聴率ってあんまり年齢でとかって今はね出ますけど、昔は出てたイメージなかったですけど、本当にドラゴンボールとかはね、こう子供の視聴率
Pretty nice.
80とかあったんじゃないかなぐらいのね、みんなが見てて当たり前みたいな。
And for those of you who
感じ
have
で、
no idea what this game is,
まあ
by the
多
way,
分そん
Dragon
な
Ball
時代
Xenoverse
のシーン
2,
なんで
you
しょう
take
ね、
the
今
role of
戦
a
ってる
time
この敵た
controller.
ちは。おそら
And
く。ちょっと
basically,
僕も
your
よくわかん
job
ないで
is
すけ
to
ど。
go back through certain events of the, you know, the Dragon Ball Z series or
今
Dragon
は
Ball
なく
Super
なっ
it
た？
comes later too, and
ちょっ
correct
とよくわかんないで
mistakes
すけど。
that, you know,
じ
people
ゃあ
have gone
僕
back
の
and
話
meddled
も
with
嘘ですよ。
time. So like Trunks now
今なくなってるん
was
であったら僕も
swapped
そんなもん
with
見たこと
Captain
ないです
Ginyu,
わ。
which obviously didn't happen in the original Dragon Ball Z
ちょっとよ
series.
くわかんないですね。
So little things like that.
皆さんが何言ってるのかちょっ
Probably
とよく
should have
わかん
mentioned
ない
that
です。
earlier, but it
Mostly
slipped my
fan
mind.
service missions.
ダ
A lot
ゾー
of
ンの
just do
話を
do
して
your
ましたね、
favorite
僕
battle
は。
scenes from the show.
There is a lot of that, yeah, where it's like, oh, cool, I'm fighting Frieza alongside Goku, you know, that kind of thing.
サンテレビはまた
And they're
あ
both
の
invincible
ちょ
at
っと
this
違
point,
う。
so I'm just
なん
waiting
か
for the scene to transition. And then at that
まあいい
point,
わ。
Jace
サ
will
ンテ
be
レビの話
vulnerable,
を
and I can
深く
finish
掘る
him
と
off,
ちょっとまた
but Ginyu will still have a while.
時間が間違った感じになる
And
んでいいで
so
す。
much talking.
So much
ー
talking.
あ、ギニューが出てきた。
So I imagine a lot of people can already see why I think it's kind of just, you know, frankly unfair and punishing that it works that way. But I think it might become even more evident in one of the upcoming missions. Not the next one, but pretty soon after. And you know the one I'm talking about, Dart. But it's where I think there's the first big difficulty spike in this game. And I know that you can speak from experience, having played this relatively
あ、
recently
なんか
yourself.
あられ
which is
ちゃん
that
みたい
point
な
at
走
least.
り方をするのかもし
Yeah,
れん
it's
こう。
not
どうした？
fun.
肩の関節が抜けたんかな。でもサッカー
Definitely
手
could
伸
go
ばしてるん
poorly.
で、あん
Like,
ま
it
り
doesn't
そ
happen
の
that
腕の
often,
仕
but I've
組みが
seen you
地球
get
人と
knocked
マ
out
ジ
from
では違
that.
うのかもしれないですね。
It's been a long time, but
構造
it can
的なという
happen.
か役割がね違う感じしま
Technically,
すね。
I'm not worried about that one anymore.
普通
But the Frieza
地球
fight,
人
for
はああいう
sure.
ポーズで走らない
Right.
んで。
Just we're sitting around waiting.
Yeah, so now we just
ト
need
ラ
to
ンク
finish
ス
him
ギ
off.
ニュー
There
に
we
似て
go.
るな。
Now this last fight of this particular like segment. So we activate our limit burst just to get as much damage in as possible, but of course that's limited. So we want to go fast.
っていうのちょっと僕も知らないですけど。
And hopefully this should finish him off. Yes, just enough.
なんすか、人空っていうのは。
So another kind of thing that I want to talk about is there are two ways that missions can go basically. And this is not about, you know, whether or not it's you have to wait through dialogue or you just
なんか
beat
ジ
it
ェ
as
ット
fast as
コースター
possible.
に乗るみ
But
たいなやつですかね、人空ってちょっとよ
when
くわ
you're
かん
moving
ない。
from
知ら
one
ないですけ
fight
ど。
to the next fight, there are two things that can happen. Either it's a clean slate, so both you and the enemy
なんかね、そうなんですよ。
are, you know, like
ね、
at
こ
full
う、
health,
実はこの
zero
音声
ki,
が
full
日本語
stamina,
と英語が選べ
or
て、
it
今回ビ
carries
ット
over
ボで
what
英
you
語
had
になって
before.
るんですけども、日本語やとね、ちょっとストーリーが多分分かったんかなっ
And
ていうの
that's
はある
where
ん
it
です
can
け
be a
ど、
little bit more
Starting
challenging.
with half health from the last
な
fight.
かなかね、
Yeah.
英語にな
But
ってるんで、ちょっとストーリーが
on
ちょっ
that
と分かり
same
づら
note,
いな
if
っ
you
て
had
いうの
built
があ
up
って、
enough ki,
な
then you
ぜ
could
こんな
potentially
に
take advantage of that.
この主人
And so
公
there are pros and cons to
敵も味方も関係なくボコボ
But
コに
this
し続
time we
けて
got
るの
Frieza
が
down
ちょっ
pretty
と
quickly too,
まあ
and saying
ね
this will be
チャ
your
ット
final
で説
warning.
明していただいて
And
る
now
感じは
we just have
で
to
は
wait
そ
for
の
everything
悪い
to
やつ
wrap
に
up.
操られて
So
し
how
まっ
many
た
more
た
fights?
の
fights?
を助け
How
てる
many
みたい
fights
な
do we
感
have
じ
with
なん
them
で
after this final
もう
warning?
しょっぱな天津飯とヤムチャしばいてたんで
With Frieza?
迷惑なやつらやなと思
We
って
have a
見てたん
few,
ですけど
yeah. It depends on what you consider a single fight, because there are a lot of them where you hardly have to get his health down, and then
That's
it transitions
true.
to the next scene. But fun note about this fight,
これ
Neo
な
can actually die. He
向こうで
actually
戦ってるのをぼーっと走
he
りな
actually
がら待っ
can
てる
get
感じ
low
なん
enough
だ
health that he just completely gets KO'd.
RTA 的に
And if that
あれです
happens, you
ね
fail
こ
this
れ
mission.
向こうに任せた方がいいっていう
But
の
when we
はなんかこのゲー
trigger
ム
the
の
this will be your final warning dialogue,
仕
and
組みを
now
見
it's
てる
just
と
a
なかな
matter
か
of
想像
waiting
し
for the
づらいん
dialogue
です
to
けど
end. It's really uncommon for him
な
to
んか
be able
遅
to do
延
enough
行為を
damage
され
to
るんですか
actually
ね
finish Nail off. As in, I don't think I've ever seen it happen.
See him get down to like a quarter, but I've never seen him
Yeah,
die before it. It's fun just to watch him get beat up.
it is. Absolutely.
Look at him go.
多分ねネイルさんは味方なんですよね名前の色的
We
に
have a time for
なんか
donation,
ね
Riz.
クリリンとか
Yeah,
も
go ahead.
青い
I
コムっ
think
て
we
書い
have
てたん
some
で
puns
赤い
coming
コム
in.
が敵なんじゃないかな
Perfect.
と思うんですけど
I hope I pronounced these right. Swoogie donates
なんか
$5
わからん
and
ま
said,
んま
sorry,
終わ
can't
ったぞ
decide which one to go with, so you decide
なんか
to
急
read
に
which
終わっ
one
たが
commentator. So I'm going to read all of them.
第
How
一
did
形
the
態が勝ちま
androids
したね
stay in touch? With a
あ
cell
なるほど
phone.
でピッコロはこうあれですね潜在能力に目
What
覚
kind
めるっ
of
てことですね
computer does Gohan use? A VDEL.
I get that one too. I'm proud of myself.
Where does Krillin
そうなんです
back
ね
up his
海王神様
files?
エルダー界って書いててそういうことな
On a
のかなってちょっと
Destructo
疑問やったんですけどそういうことなんでしょうね
Good luck with the event, everyone. Let's see if anyone
まあもう
tops
サ
these
ポートはこ
puns.
のスラッ
Those were
グ
good.
と戦ってる
Yeah.
ター
We
レス
have
な
one more
なんだ
from Isaac, who donates $10 and says that Frieza guy is a great character and all, but let's be honest, his brother is cooler. I hear you might
そうです
even
ね
meet
さっき
with
この
him
黒い
shortly
もや
after
が
you
出てなかったですね
slug
このもやが
that
出て
one
るってめちゃくちゃ
Namekian
はめて
during
る
the
わ
story.
もや
Whatever
が
their
出て
name
るとあれ
was.
なんですかね
Anyways,
パワーアップして
wake
帰
me
ってき
up
た
when
よ
we
的
get to
な
that
雰囲気
point.
なんですか
I'm
ね
taking a Nappa until then.
Okay, that was also really good. multiple different good ones there. Well
You
done.
guys, keep the puns coming.
Absolutely. Yeah, so this is I think honestly my least favorite fight in the entire run.
なんか難しい
Or
ゲ
just the
ームです
segment.
ね
One, I don't love Turles or Slug as characters, but also two, this is what I was talking about.
なんか
when I was
操られ
saying,
てるらしいです
the
よ
first big difficulty
噂
spike
に
in
よ
the
ると
game. I think it's
後ろ
this
に
fight. There
フリー
is a
ザの
really
宇
hard
宙船が
battle
見えま
later
す
that
ね
that comment alluded to with Frieza and Cooler, which that one really can suck. But this one, there's so much
first one.
dialogue, and as you can see, they're both, you know, invincible at this point. They can both keep attacking me, and I'm obviously still getting hurt when that
なんか
happens.
ローと子
Now
供
they
ソフ
can
トの
both
話
fight
してます
Gohan.
ね
That's fine, because Gohan's actually invincible at this point, or he can't die. He just can get knocked around a little bit, but he's a kid. He can take it. And
He's resilient.
yeah, he'll get back up. But not only
今回ね
that, like not only does this
あ
part
の
take forever
あれ
when
で
they're
すよ
invincible and you're not, but the
今
next
回ウル
fight,
ティ
once the
マ
scene transitions, it's
4
still
解
against
説
them.
が
They're fully healed, and
入
you
ってる
are
んじゃないか
whatever health you had
あれ
before. You know,
生来の
like
道だけ
before
か
the
な
scene transition. So it can just be
Oh,
very
got pretty
punishing.
weak. Look at that.
Yeah. If he weren't invincible here, I'd say he'd be dead.
Yeah, well, same with them though, so it's fair.
Yeah, it is very fair. So the dialogue is
腕の方入ってます
almost
ね、やっぱ
ready
り
for。them to
ゾ
be
ウさん
vulnerable
が
again. We
入
just
っ
need
て
to
る
wait
ん
for
で、ぜひ
Slug's
ね、
line to
ウルテ
finish
ィマ
here.
をお楽しみいただければと
So
思い
I'm
ます
going
け
to
ど。
do my limit burst at this point. So that
ま
I
あ
can quickly get my hits off. Nah, don't
あれ
grab me.
ウルティマが入ってるよっていうのを言ってる間に、あれですね、自キャラもいきなり
As I
この
said, we're back
紫
here.
色の
They're
モヤ
full
モヤ
health.
つきまし
I'm
たね
not.。
毒食らったみたいな。
So we're just going to get them as low as we can before the scene transitions once more. At that point, Trunks will be joining us for this fight, and
あ、
we
でも
just
若
have
干
to
色が
deal,
違う。
you know, the finishing blows.
向こう敵の方が黒っぽいな。主人公はこれは
But
キャラク
they
ター
this
は
time
毒
with
を
the
食らっ
scene
てるんです
transition
か
will retain
バ
whatever
ブル
health
ス
we
ライ
get
ム
them
みたい
to.
な。なんか
So the better we
紫
do
色でブク
here,
ブクして
the
る。
easier it'll be.
Quicker.
Yeah. Ow, ow, ow.
でもね、
Racism
イーズ関係ないの
game
に
has
イーズ
stretchy
とか言ったら
arms.
あれなんですよ。マザー2、
Who?
マザーは最初に家いましたから
Namekians
ね、
and
確か。
Martians.
Just curious.
マザー、何が
Humans
マ
ever
ザー
get the
2なの
ability
か
to
僕
do
はちょっ
that?
といまい
Who
ちわかん
You
ない
know,
ま
I
ま
don't
ゲームを
believe
やって
so.
ましたが。
They can fly, so it wouldn't be past them to be able to have stretchy arms, in my opinion.
That fair
そうで
enough.
すね、ディスコ
So that was
ー
the
ド
last
の
time
名
that we're going to
前
be
帰って
seeing
きてま
Turles
す
and
ね。
Slug
はい。
in this run.
ぜ
Of course, if
ひ
you were to
今
be
解
playing
説に入
casually,
れ
you could
ば、
have them as your mentors. You
この
could
デ
be
ィス
taught
コー
their
ドのア
moves,
イ
that
コン
kind
の
of
下に
thing.
自分の名前が出
But we
ます
don't do
よ。
that because
皆
that's
さん。
very out of the way
ぜ
and
ひドラゴンボー
unnecessary.
ルゼノバ
We
ー
don't
2
need
わかる方、
mentors.
解
Oh,
説へ来ていただ
we
けれ
have
ばと
me, and
思い
I'm
ますので。
awesome. So with this fight, this is one of the more unique fights in the run. It's all of us against Frieza, and if you check the objective, which is this one, it says reduce Frieza's health a certain amount. And that's
また
technically
こ
true,
の
but
子は
you
地
can only
面
get it
走り
down
回
like
る
a
だけで
sliver
ぼーっ
of
とし
health.
て。
The real way to beat this fight and move on is have Vegeta die. And unfortunately, he's like full health right now, so Vegeta's
何な
doing
んだろうな、
great.
この時間。
Okay, now it's
Perfect
You can't
to
attack
human
Vegeta,
時間みたいなの。
unfortunately.
Yeah, we cannot
ずっ
attack
と
our
下を
teammates,
走り
strangely
回って
enough. So we just have
戦
to
ってん
root
のを待
for
ってる
Frieza
時
here
間があ
and
りますね、こ
hope
の
that
ゲ
it
ー
goes
ム。
well for him, you know? Like,
So
he can do
今回
it.
なん
Wants to
か
start cheering for
フリー
Frieza.
ザ、
Now's the time.
ファイナルフォーム以
Anytime
外、
past this, it
最終
won't be
形態以外
acceptable.
は味
And
方になっ
with
てます
these
ね。
with these upcoming
ピッ
fights,
コロ
it's
とベ
just,
ジ
you
ー
know,
タ
against
と
Frieza, we basically need to sneak in quick hits as much as we can, just to get chunks of health down so it'll transition. So if you have any other donations to read, you're welcome.
ご飯とグリリン。
We do
まあ
not have
当
any
時、
at
当
the
時、
moment, but I
当時っ
will
てなん
give
かわからない
a
ですけど、あの
shout
時、
out
あの
about
時、
what we're benefiting
に
here.
ナメック星にいたメンバーですね。
We're
悟
here
空以外って
supporting
感じです
NAMI,
ね。
the National Alliance on Mental Illness, the nation's largest grassroots mental health organization, whose work is focused around 3 pillars: education and support, awareness, advocacy. What does
あ、
that
悟空
mean
来た。
for advocacy? NAMI engages in federal
悟空待ち
advocacy
やったん
and
や。
supports NAMI state organizations in their state level advocacy efforts.
ああ、
Also
なる
wanted
ほ
to
ど。
mention the
そういう
hashtag,
ことなんですね。会話
hashtag
中は体力減らないんか。
Q4GH&H2 and hashtag together4MH.
なんか、ごめんなさい、
We
今
just
黙
need
っ
to
たのは、
connect
なんかハッ
one
シュタ
time with
グ
him, but he's being a bully. Okay, there we go.
を読み上げておられたんで黙りましたが、
It's
皆
just
さん
his
右
final
下見てください。
Oh.
これハッシュタグ書いてあるんですけど、ぜひツイートしてください。
Okay, so now
ジャパニーズ
Goku
リ
has
ストリーム
gone
の方から
Super Saiyan. This is the first time
リ
it's
ツイート
ever
させてもらっ
happened,
たりとか
and everyone is
する
super
ことも
proud
あり
and
ますん
impressed.
で、ぜひ
And so we
ね、
all start
ド
clean
ラゴン
slate
ボール
here.
ゼノバース2面白いみたいなツイートを皆さんしていただける
But
と、
once again, we just need to take Frieza down as quickly as we can to a certain point of health.
ゼノバースやめらん
Where
ね
it's
え
over.
みたいな
And it
ツイー
should
トをい
be.
ただければ。
Oh, he had to get out
Yep.
of the combo.
あの
Because of course he
その下ですね。
Because here it is.
その
Like, that's all I
2090も。いや、でもね、いいこと言っていただきました。その2090、寄付金額なんですけど、それも結構大事なんですよね。皆さんぜ
I'm
ひ、
gonna return to the
このイ
time
ベント
nest
自体
really
はね、
quickly.
そ
We're going
の、
to
ナミ
equip
と
our
いう、
transformation, and we're going to equip
非
that
営利団
super
体
Q
への
explosion
寄付
ultimate
を
skill that we
求め
bought.
るイベントになってますので、ぜ
Because
ひね、
now
皆
we're
さ
going
ん
into the Frieza and Cooler fight.
チャレンジしてみていただきたい。
And it
です
can be scary.
この下に
even-
チャレン
like,
ジ
we
って書
are
いて、
over leveled, like I said,
ゴール
but
デ
it
ンサ
will be
ン、
a
ダークダ
very
ウン、なんちゃらかんちゃらって書
intense
いてるの
fight.
とかも、これ全部寄付です。
And so having our transformation there, we're
今
not going to be using
300
the
ドルのう
ultimate
ちの
skill
50ド
until
ル
the
集ま
Cell
ってます
Saga,
よとかって書いてる
but
ん
the
で、ぜひ
transformation can be really
寄
nice.
付して、 ビットでですね。 奏者の方がされるゲームにこう
So we just need to do a little bit of damage to one of them.
楽し
It'll
み
trigger this
楽しく見
cutscene
れる
transition.
より楽しくね
And now
ゲ
they
ーム
have
を見
both
れるんで自
gone
分
to
の
a
ビッ
different
トしたも
form.
ので、
They're even more powerful.
ゲームが変わるっていうのはやっぱりね
They're always
見てて
more
楽しいです
They're always more powerful.
こ
It's
れ
true.
ねなんか通知音
Because
が聞
full
こ
power
えて
Frieza is
No.
more than final form Frieza,
Yeah, of course.
obviously.
Windows 鳴ってますよね。よかった。びっくりした。僕の方では、僕が鳴ったんじゃないかな。僕が普段聞かない音が鳴っててびっくりしてた。そうですね。まあ、出勤時間が来ようとも、
Yeah.
地震が起ころうとも、ドラゴンボールやめられないんだけどってところですよね、今。まさにみんな。
Like I said, if you get
佳
unlucky,
境
they
です
can
から、
just
今この
pound on you.
佳
And
境でもな
they,
いな、EST 見ると
they。block a lot more.
they
This is
call-
where the enemy AI starts picking up its
クーラーと戦ってますから
Upping its
気がつけ
game a
ば
little bit.
気がつけば兄弟揃ってボコにしてる状態なんで。そうですね、まあ
So
今
before
変
I
動
go
為
over
替
to
なんで
Frieza, I'm just going to use my quick sleep skill a little bit to get some more health and ki. Consider that my safety strat. But now we can go in and help Goku.
ねえちょっと僕も音鳴ってびっくりしたんですけど
I'm sure he does.
全然
He hates fighting. He's using an ultimate. We're going to break his stamina out of that with a fully charged heavy hit.
兄弟交互にボコにしてますね。
That, okay,
Jeez.
that isn't what I meant to do.
It's fine.
I accidentally held down left trigger
フル
as
パ
well.
ワーって書いて
Holding
ま
down
すね、
right
今回の
trigger
フ
is
リー
what
ザは。
brings
さっ
up
き
the
ファイナ
skills
ルフォー
menu.
ムでした
Holding
けど。
down right and left trigger brings up the ultimate. But it worked out. It still did damage, just a little like kind of cutscene thing leading into firing the attack is longer than I'd like. But we avoided dying there, which is a big step. So that's good.
これ今ビットウォ
So
ー
now,
ズって下に
Supreme
出
Hive
て
Time is
る
just
や
telling
つ、
me
ビ
here
ット
that
です
we are
ね。
now
ビッ
allowed
ト
to
の方、ぜ
fly.
ひね、皆さ
So
ん、
that's we're just gonna fly
今
back
回
into the
今何
time
が
nest.
残ってるかまだ
And we are
僕
gonna
も
start
全部
with the
把握してるわけじゃないんですが、
Everybody's favorite.
主人公の名前変えられたりとかね、いろいろ楽しいビットありますんで、ぜひチャレンジしていただければと思うんですよ
It's
ね。
funny
Checking on some of the puns coming up here.
Oh, more coming in?
勇者の名
There's been
前。
a fairly
とかありま
steady
すね。
stream of people going back and forth in the chat.
サガフロンティ
Not
ア
with donations, just with
Right, yeah,
general
yeah.
punning.
ついてま
But,
す
but
ね、
yeah,
ビ
keep
ッ
it
ト
up.。
Yeah, for all of you who just joined, I have a request. I would like to see some donations come in. We can get a $5 train going.
まさに
Send
本
in
家
your
の方でも
Dragon
ドネー
Ball
シ
Z
ョン
puns,
に
or
関し
even
てお
Dragon
話し
Ball,
されてま
or
すし
even Dragon Ball GT. It doesn't matter.
Or super.
Or
Don't forget
Super.
super.
Dragon Ball
There's
insert
a lot of
suffix
these.
here,
もうね、
really.
幸運に
Yeah,
も
basically.
なのか、
A lot
ま
of
あ、
these
ドラ
at
ゴン
this
ボール、
point,
悟空は
they
ね、こ
jump
う
out of the
病
way
に倒れ
just
ま
in
し
the
たが、
perfect time. But we just need to get them down to certain bits of health,
ま
and
あ
then the scene
今回の
automatically
ね、
transitions,
このイ
which
ベン
is
トの
so
寄
much
付
nicer than when you have
に
to
よっ
wait for
て救わ
dialogue.
れる方もおられるので、ぜひね、皆さん、ビット参加して、ビットに関わらず、ドネート参加してみてください。と思います。いいこと言ってるな。
And that's basically the last we see of the androids, as brief as that was. We'll definitely be seeing more of Cell.
そうですね。
Get some
But-
voice lines from 16,
I was
right?
gonna say at this point, yeah, we're only gonna be seeing dialogue from androids. We get way too much dialogue, in fact, from Android 16.
Yeah, he talks a lot about carrying him over and
Yeah.
yeah.
So this is another thing. Unfortunately, we can't skip it. Few just has to be like, look, I have a crystal raids thing that you can do. So just something else if you're playing the game casually and want to get like the top level gear and whatnot.
Yeah, plenty of content in this game, just not a lot of it that we deal with for the speed run.
And unfortunately, we have to deal
Well,
with all the
何が起こってるん
cutscenes
だ？
from every added update. So
このフっていう人は
you
僕
can
知らないんですけ
technically,
ど。
he is available to speak to, and you could technically trigger that cutscene as
あ、
soon
た
as
ま
you
に
beat
入ら
the
ない。
Frieza saga and have the ability to fly. But I don't believe it's
じゃあ
worth it
さっ
to
き
get
ま
in your
で
vehicle
たま
and
にな
go
ってたの
down
一体
or
何
fly
だっ
down
た
or
んだ？
whatever, just to trigger that.
あ、そうなんですね。オリキャラなんですね。
So I just let it pull me out.
Yeah, out of all the times it pulls you out, that's not really the most disruptive.
Because I figure, yeah, if I were to go down the stairs, talk to him, go back up the stairs, you know, that's 2 stair trips, as opposed to like I let it pull me out and then I just go up the stairs.
あ、セルですね。セルですねって言った途端、
So
セ
here
ル
we're
じゃ
fighting
ないの
Mira.
と
This
戦
is
っ
the
てま
first
す
time
けど。
we've seen him. I believe.
セ
Chat,
ル
go ahead
ゲー
and
ム
correct
っ
me
て
if
いう
I'm
設
wrong, but
定
I
になっ
believe
てるんで
he's
すかね。
exclusive
ピポ
to
っ
the
てなって
Dragon
ま
Ball
すよ
Xenoverse
ね、やっぱ
games,
り。
Xenoverse
僕もね、
1
さっき
and
からち
2.
ょっとドキドキするんですよね。
Yeah, he's their
あ
created
の、
villain.
も
Yeah,
う、なんか
2
別
is
の
where
とこ
he
から
definitely has the
連絡
most
来てるのかなっ
spotlight.
て思って、こう、ドキッとしたら、
And we'll
そう
be
では
seeing
な
him
くて、
more
これ
throughout
配
this run
信
as
に載っ
well.
てる、プレイしておられる方の環境のとかなっていうとこ
Also,
ろで
just
すね。
saying, Wells, I think people can donate with Dragon Warrior puns. Like anything that gets donations, I'm down with. I just don't know Dragon Warrior, so I might not be able to pick up on them as much.
Actually, what
首
is
絞めて
Dragon
る。
Warrior?
It's
that
another
related?
RPG. No, it's
Oh,
a
okay, okay.
it's a JRPG that correct me if I'm wrong, chat. I've seen it's a pretty old one that's got a lot of series to
あ
it.
あ、ちょっと僕、今
Dragon
回、さっきもね、
Dragon
今回試してないんです
Quest
け
is what
ど、
it's called now, but originally on the NES it was
あ
Dragon
の、
Oh.
ダイレク
Warrior.
トに
Okay, okay. I know a little
Okay,
bit more. I mean,
yeah.
I can at least
カ
recognize
ー
the
ドでい
name
けた
now.
りする
That's interesting. Yeah, okay,
パターン
frankly,
ありますよ。
yeah, any puns from anything I'll accept with donations. That's fine.
なるほ
It is
ど、
a
オリキャラの
curatorium.
ミラーってことですね。
Okay, that's what I
で、
thought. Yeah, the
これ
art
は
style looks very similar, but I've not actually
I
picked
mean,
it up
same thing with
before.
like Chrono Trigger.
セ
Right?
ルジュニアって書いてますね。
Yep, art style wise, yeah.
Yep, same with Chrono Trigger.
I know, Dart, we recently talked about that, right?
Yeah, we
ティ
were
エンと
discussing
一緒に
that
戦
when
って
it
ま
came
す
up
ね。
on
こう、オ
Steam,
リ
and
キャ
I
ラ
was
で
like,
す
oh
ね、
hey,
テ
that
ィエン
looks
も
like
多分。
Goku, basically.
Yeah.
僕の知ってるテンさんはあんな顔で驚いてボコられるやつじゃなかったんで、多分オリキャラのティエンですよね、
They
こいつ
spawn a
は。
fourth one here just to give you something to play with while you wait for the dialogue, but yeah, now we just have to wait. And the fun thing is, we got a dialogue skip. If you don't beat, I think at least 2 of these little cell
そっか、
juniors
新
fast
規
enough,
広報で、
Gohan
あれか、
talks for
セ
a
ル
little while
を
about how he knows he has the strength, he just
テンさん
doesn't
が止
know
めて
like
た
how
から
to
ここに
bring
参
it
加して
out
る
or
のかな。
something, and you know, he
And
doesn't
that's
quite
what
believe in
のティエン
himself.
さんで
It's
すよ
all
ね、もう
Kingdom
完
Heartsy,
全に。
you know. But yes,
Instead, we just get to listen to Hercule and Android 16 talk about it
yeah.
for a while.
セルジュ
So
ニアと
with
ヤム
this
チャが戦
very
ってる
next bit, we're
な。
gonna have to kill the 3 cell juniors over again. And what I'm doing is I'm
ティエ
saving
ン
my
と。
key.
ヤ
I
ム
have
チャは
full key
ね、
right
驚い
now.
た顔して
I'm just
殴ら
going
れ
to
るや
use
つや
super
と
key
思うんで、
explosion
ヤムチャ
right
は
away.
多分
Ideally, I'll
原作
capture
のヤム
all
チャ
3
と
of
同
them
じ
in
だ
it
と
and
思いま
just
すね。
kill them right at the beginning. Usually doesn't happen. In fact, it's only happened once that I've out of all the times I've tried it. The issue with that is it also
Mr.
has a
Satan
cell in it.
か、
And
ミスター・サタンって
normally
名
He
前やったら。
aggroes.
Yeah, you don't have to do anything to sell. You just have
娘
to
かわ
beat
い
the
そう
3
ですね。
cell
お父
juniors.
さんの名前
But
ミスター・
yeah,
サタ
since you're
ン。
hurting him, he gets aggroed. Okay, well, looks like we caught one of them in it. Yeah, so just one. Oh, we weakened another though, so that's good.
Solid hit, yeah. You gotta scream really loud.
Yeah, it's mandatory.
That's how you let out your key.
あ、パー
Okay,
フェ
but
クト
now
セルで
all
で
the
きま
cell
したね。
juniors are gone, and we are no more dealing with them. We'll have one more fight with Cell for this split. Then we'll fight him like one more time after that, I believe. But first we get to go into a little
あ
bit
あ、
of a
本名
metal
マー
cooler
クなん
phase.
すね。なるほど。なるほどっつうのもあれやけど。
Just a little one, though.
Just a little one. Yeah. So
いい
here
です
we
ね、
have
そう
to
なんですね。
fight
こうやられた時に
8 metal
ね、
or defeat, I
面
suppose,
白い絵
8
出て
metal
くるんで、ちょっと
coolers.
期待してみ
Thankfully,
ちゃい
they're
ま
all
すよ
pretty
ね。
squishy, as you can see.
メタ
The
ル
issue
クー
is
ラー
more
め
if
ちゃく
they
ちゃ
can
びっ
like
くりして
block
んね
you
ん
in
け
a
ど。
combo, it can be really annoying
め
to
ちゃ
get
く
out
ちゃ
of.
驚いてるやん。どうしたん
Or just the fact that they tend to be slippery.
自分どうしたんっ
Like
て
they
い
get
う
away
顔し
much
て
more
る。
often than I would
メ
like.
タルクーラーはね、こうなんか
And
崖
this
の
is
上
just
みたいな
them
ところに
parroting
なん
the
か
Super
並んでいっ
Smash
ぱい歩
Bros.
いて
where
き
you
た
fight
記
Metal
憶あるんで。
Marios, right?
I'm pretty
Like
sure,
it's
yeah.
just that? Okay, yeah. I haven't seen Dragon Ball Z, but I assume that's what this is.
Yeah, that's where he got
め
the
ちゃくちゃ
inspiration.
びっくりしてんねメタルクーラー。
I'm just
So
hoping
we
chat's
just
gonna
need-
get a bunch of angry responses now, so.
We just had to wait for this metal cooler to spawn, defeat him. So, as you might have seen, I have full key. I'm going to do a similar thing with the Cell Juniors right here, because we have more metal coolers we need to fight. We need to beat 10 of them. And I'm hoping to get at least 3, maybe 4 or 5 in this. We got 4 right there. Looks like a 5th. We got
That was
6!
solid,
We got
yeah.
6!
Oh, wow.
We got 6!
あ、す
I
ご
don't
い、
know if
3
I've gotten
体
used
一
to
気
seeing
に。
that
3,
before.
yeah.
6体、
Yeah,
6
3
って言
is
った
where
か
I'm
ら、
like
6体同時に倒したのは
intense.
10
4
分
and
の
5,
6
I'm
一気
happy
に
with.
カ
I
ウ
don't
ント
think I've
走
ever
りま
gotten
した
worse
ね。
than that.
Great start, yeah.
Yeah.
メタルクーラーを10体倒せみたいなあれなんでしょうね、今。
Looks like we got some more puns coming in. If
す
we
げえ、
have a
6体一
couple
気にい いけたら多分
Go
早
for
い
it.
で
We
すね。
have
多
12 more
分
metal coolers to fight.
開始直後に一気に6体倒
So
す。
Isaac,
Kick
with
がある
another
でしょうね。
$5, says, "I ain't kidding when I say the transformation is a pure damage boost." I don't see why so many people were booing when it was first shown off pre-release.
Thank you. That's 3 in 1. Well done.
And then we also have a $20 donation from Dove Bunny, who says, boo, no puns, but accidentally made a pun in that by saying boo. So thank you, Dove Bunny.
Oh, thanks, Dove Bunny.
Thank you, Dove Bunny. We love you. Not that I don't love the other people, but I know Dove Bunny.
Yeah, that's a friend.
She loves my puns.
No matter how much she protests them.
No matter.
Okay, I hadn't heard of...
Something about that I actually want to say. Yeah, so the Majin transformation used to actually be a lot worse than it currently is. So currently, and at the time too, if you run out of stamina, you're automatically broken out of the transformation. But the transformation used to be that when it was active, it automatically drained your stamina. So it was
only had
worse.
a few seconds in it anyway.
Yeah. From what I've read, I didn't play it at the time when that was the case. But now, actually, so normally when I'm fighting, my stamina does not, like, recharge. I have to wait until, I'm not fighting. So, like, if I'm being knocked around, that works. But as transformed Majin, it actually regenerates just constantly. So, it's quite nice. And stamina is really useful because that's how I get to use vanishes or evasives. So you always want stamina. At least 2 bars. But no, Cell is now gone.
Big attacks.
Yeah. If you're under attack, vanishing takes 2 bars of stamina. If you are the aggressor, vanishing takes 1 bar. So it's one of those kind of resources to just keep in mind as you're fighting.
Hey, doing pretty solid hitting the hour mark on the, well, just about hour mark on the run.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, any more donations? Sorry to cut off.
No, not at the moment. But I will mention a couple of our prizes that are coming up. So first of all, we have the Super Retro Trio Plus 3-in-1 system for a minimum $15 donation, and you can get that in up until Nier Automata. And also a Final Fantasy XII Neon poster, who was contributed by the RPG Limit Break staff with a $10 minimum donation, and that is good until Final Fantasy XII Zodiac.
何かがありそうなふりをずっとして特に何もないまま負けたやつですよね、こいつ。僕よく覚えてないですけど、よく覚えてないっていうか、ドラゴンボールあんま知らないんですけど。
If people want to give me some Dragon Warrior or Dragon Quest puns, enlighten me.
I know a classic one. How many Dragon Ball Z characters does it take to turn a light bulb? Everyone probably knows it. Only takes 1, but it takes 5 episodes.
Yeah, that
seems about right. I was cycling through character names trying to think of who it would be.
これね、オリキャラですよ、ミラ。知らないですか？このゲームのオリキャラのミラじゃないですか。
We're just waiting for dialogue at this point to end, but I'm still attacking because I actually want to build up my ki. Well, I mean, now it's full. At that point, I was attacking.
いや、ごめんなさい、僕も知らなかったです。さっき教えていただいたんでね、チャットで。ミラ、なんかね、2体つか2人ほどオリキャラいるんですよね。なんて言ってるあたりでですね、ちょっとですね、僕の方がここで視界交代になりまして、今までありがとうございました。またいつかお会いできる日が来ればと思いますんで、右下のハッシュタグでね、ドラゴンボールやめらんねえというツイートを皆さんお願いします。違うな、クエスティング・フォー・グローリーやめらんねえつね、ツイート皆さんぜひお願いいたしますというところで視界交代いたしますので、少々お待ちください。
Oh, we just got a challenge in. I hope I pronounced this right. It's probably Xerox. Donates $10 and says GT and Super are trash. Don't at me. Outbid me to prove me wrong. There's your challenge, chat.
All right. So who wants to come to the defense of GT and Super?
But I haven't seen either of them honestly, so I can't. It's
Same.
gonna be up to you, chat.
Someone sway us. We're very impressionable.
We are. I'm like a baby.
Swayed especially by donations made to Nami, so really that's the best way if you want to convince.
So something I'll say really quickly there. you saw when I transformed, I had like a little transformation cutscene. Sometimes it doesn't happen. Other times it consistently happens. So it's unfortunate. I haven't been able to find a way to trigger it one way or the other.
It seems just be random.
Yeah. It's just...
So on that note, chat, if anyone happens to know, that would be great.
Okay, but he's gone. So that is the last that we'll see of Cell.
こんにちは。解説変わりまし、司会変わりまして、ドスコイフラペチーノがここからお送りいたします。よろしくお願いいたします。
Yeah, but you barely saw him.
Yeah, those two fights, they're much weaker than in like the Cell Saga after the Metal Coolers and stuff. I don't know why.
Time travel? It's usually
I know
time
that
travel.
you can do the fights in a separate order. But like I always choose the top option. Anyway, right there, you saw me unequip my Super Soul. That is because we are going into now, like we have to do the first two expert missions because they're basically tutorials to show you what you can expect from future expert missions. And one of them is another grade ape fight. We're not going to handle it the same way we did the first one just because we don't fight the ape itself. But
ゲームの方は半分くらいですかね。半分少し過ぎたぐらいでしょうか。このゲームのことは全くわからないので、コメント、チャットでね、教えていただければと思います。
Because not only does it have, you know, the Super Soul effect and the Limit Burst effect, but Super Souls also change your charged key type. So for instance, if you were doing a Saiyan route, it's highly recommended before going into the Great Ape fight against Vegeta and Nappa that you equip the Super Soul like your power level is 5 pathetic or whatever it is. It's Raditz.
Gives you the bomb key.
Because that changes your key type to bomb key, yeah.
ね、ちょこちょこジャパニーズリストリームの配信の方で、見てたんですけど、なんかずっと戦ってる感じでしたね。
Yeah, everything goes purple. And you fight yourself and it's epic. And you don't miss. Heck yeah. Okay.
Nice.
And then what the expert mission wants to show you is that this is what happens when your teammate gets brainwashed. First, like you see them surrounded by this little aura, and you want to go up and knock them out of it. But if you knock them out of it here, well, if you don't knock them out, rather, it'll jump ahead to the next bit, which is if you fail and they get brainwashed anyway. And that was actually shown to be by 2 other runners, Sage of Keyblades and Lord Pixel. So I appreciate their help with that. And she's gone. So now we just need to get into a general good position on the ground. We're going to get a couple of text boxes. Now we charge our Key Blast. As soon as we see the target on the meteor, we just let it go. And that should send it back to him, yep.
Nice.
And that's the end of the first expert mission tutorial. So let's see if we can get a group photo. Yay! Group photo.
Oh, happy.
Yeah, they're all looking that way, but that's fine.
And it doesn't look like anyone's come to the defense of GT and Super in the chat so far.
Not yet here
私自身、ドラゴンボールはゲームもしたこともなければ、アニメを見たこともありません。超初見です。
Super Saiyan 4.
Yeah, that's what some people are mentioning in here. Is that's about it? I think is the whatever Super Saiyan gets added during that.
It's 4, yeah. Because 3 is during the Boo saga.
Also, Xerox, you can still donate again for the other way if you want to try that.
今、
They're saying in the chat, I
操
should
作
have
してる人は
donated
ナミ
say
っ
it
て
was
い
the
う
best and see if that got
方なんですかね。
That's true.
Yeah, apparently that's not well liked and not entirely canon anymore.
Though I can say I didn't know that about Super. I did not know that that was a consensus. I thought Super was generally well liked.
I couldn't tell you. It's sounding like it's not so far from
Apparently,
people are
一
saying.
方で、ああ、なるほど。
Some people are saying Super was fun at least. They can't defend GT.
Fair.
Yeah, it's kind of mixed. Looks like Super gets a little more of a pass than GT from the way people are responding in chat.
Well, thank goodness, because it's canon.
Oh, right.
I mean, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, with this one, we just had to send out 1 consecutive energy blast to defeat that Cyberman. Hopefully Turles doesn't hit me, because I gotta break these. Okay, cool. There's that one there, and then this one. once we break this, it'll be time to turn on Turles. All of us will just attack him at once, and it'll be great.
He had it coming.
He did. So he's gone. I like to see him splat in the background on the left side if anyone saw that. But that is the end of the second expert mission tutorial. By the way, at this point, we're desperately hoping Yamcha shows up with his
I was
turtle
gonna say, it's been real late and there's been nothing.
Yeah, he just did. He just did.
Oh, yay. Okay.
So first, we have to go and check this off to say, like, we did the expert mission tutorials. Now we're going to go up here. Yeah, that was perfect timing. Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
So, transfer shop clerk. We need to go to the resort
メッ
district.
セージも
Yamcha is
あ
right
れですね、
here.
早く送っちゃうか
So
ら
we're really hoping,
読む前に終わっ
he
ちゃいます
throws
ね。
it on this island, that we don't have to go down to the main hub. Because if we
お、
do,
なん
that
か知って
basically
そう
means
な
we have
服の
to
人
do
が
at
いる。
least 2 extra
ヤ
missions.
ムちゃん。
Yeah.
名前だけ
Throws
知
it
って
right
ます
there.
ね。
And
No, no, no. Okay, was that fast enough? Yes, it was. It was.
Okay,
Okay,
good.
we
ター
got
レ
we
ス
got
は
all
僕
10 TV
に顔似て
members.
るけど赤の
I
他
just
人で
noticed
す。
the NPC you talked to had
なるほど。
the wind thing from Dragon Ball. I can't remember what it's called. These thing they used to put out the fire.
Yes, from the original Dragon Ball series.
Yeah. But anyway,
But
I
yes,
know.
Mount, was
あ
that
の
Mount
画像ね。
Frypan? Or
it was from
that...
Mount Frypan, but I can't remember because they try and get it twice. Once on like episode 4, and then again near the end when he's trying to actually marry her, and they need to whatever.
Course, yeah.
It's been a minute. But yeah, also the RNG has been great. That's what Mo was saying in chat, and
It's been,
really has.
it's been much better, yeah. Yeah,
pretty
really,
good
I
overall.
can't blame RNG for most of these things. I mean, of course, like some enemy patterns, I was like, I wish you hadn't done that, or like my NPC allies always. But yeah, this has been I felt good about this run so far. That was actually, if I had like one place to decide when Yamcha would show up, that would be in my, I think, top 2.
Because after you can fly helps save a little bit of time. Not a
Yes,
ton, but
I
at least
want to
with
be able to
tapping.
fly,
Oh,
and
今回は
honestly, like, at that point,
1対
I
1
was
です
already
ね。
out of the time nest and in the main hub, so I didn't have to wait through like the little loading screen of
Right.
leaving the time nest to go to the main hub. And this is all we've done in this fight, by the way. We've gotten Broly down as far as we can. We just wait now for dialogue, as usual. But yeah, that was good, and he threw it in a good place. I accidentally talked to that
I was really worried that was going to ruin it, because that would
I
have
was
sucked. That made
too.
it 8.
Because that was, I don't know if I've ever talked to an NPC on accident like that in that particular area, but it's fine. It worked out.
Right. So yeah, now you got to deal with Broly. He's from Super, right? Was that what?
He came from movies from like the Z era, but now I think he was made canon because of Super, and his backstory I believe was changed. From what I know, it used to be he hated Goku because Goku cried when he was a baby.
It's an odd reason to hate someone,
It
especially
really
a
is.
baby.
Yeah, I know.
Like maybe if you were on an airplane with him for like 12
Majin
hours
Buu.
in the seat
Well,
behind you, and that's
obviously,
why,
but-
like it was a long
見
flight.
た
Goku
ことはあ
was a
る。
baby, and he was kicking my seat the
な
whole
ん
time.
か
Like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Then you can
闇
hate
っ
him
ぽい
that
感
much,
じ
but-
の
Yeah.
キャラデザイン
Aside
になっ
from
てます
that,
けど。
like, you know, you just got to give them a break. They're tiny humans. What can they do?
Right. Yeah,
They
someone in
complain
chat.
about the world.
Someone in chat said Broly's made canon super, got a backstory that wasn't dumb, and actually has some character now. Yeah, new
That's
Broly's
good.
great. Superman real character instead of the movie old version. Yeah, it sounds like, wow, yeah, everyone's saying it now. They really like Broly apparently in Super, so way
Oh,
better
cool,
than the
okay.
movies. That's good. That they
Like, I don't know what his new backstory is. I only know the one people complained about. But that's good to
to
know.
hear. Yeah,
Yeah,
the canon
absolutely.
better.
I know we've already talked about this, but I'm so relieved that Yamcha showed up.
Right, because there's only
Like I was
handful
ready
more
to go
chances.
through my they're like this was one chance and then there's one more after this. And that
then you would
have
have had
been
to go
it.
run and do the different fights with instructors and just
Yeah.
grind out the last.
方は
Yeah,
ト
like
ラ
I
ン
would
ク
have
ス
gone
さ
and
ん。
fought with Piccolo and then both of Raditz's, both of Nappa's, Tien's, like both of his, Vegeta's only
Vegeta's.
one, and then Krillin's. Like I had my backup ready, but I really didn't
Right,
want to have to
because
do
that's
it.
what you've had to do the last 3 practice runs, but
Yes,
it
and
adds
that's honestly
how many
that's why
minutes?
the estimate. Last time I had to do it, I think I added about 8 minutes, maybe a little bit over.
Yeah, it's significant.
Each one is like a little under 1 minute, or like it really depends on the training mission itself, because some of them are
And
a
the
little bit
load
more.
times.
Yes, and the load times, of course, too. But it's just like Nappa's second one takes longer than other people's. No, well, target him,
Oof.
please.
Yeah, that was not ideal.
It was not. Because we just need to get him down here, and now he's good. But that's fine.
Also, Super Boo is taller than Kid Boo, but looks the same otherwise, which confuses me.
Well, Kid
Is that
is
like
young.
What is that like Super Mario? Like he ate a mushroom and then he's just bigger and can take one more hit?
So, but maybe chat can correct that.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So for anyone who's curious, I know I actually haven't seen all of Dragon Ball Z. I
ご
purchased
飯かっこアダルトって書いてあるの面白いですね。
but I actually, the last episode I saw was Vegeta just let Cell reach his perfect form. And yeah, now everything else I know is just from what people have told me and from this game.
Yeah, I've only seen the original Dragon Ball, not anything past it, so I know from this game, from talking to people, and from some random wiki skimming here and there. Not that I'm against watching the rest of the series, I just haven't, and it's a lot of episodes, and so it's a lot of commitment I haven't wanted to sit down for. I like the original Dragon Ball.
Yeah. Maybe a little dated and
it's definitely pretty dated, and there's some stuff that does not age well. Like I would be careful showing it to people now because of some of the content, but I can appreciate it for what it was and at the time it was.
Absolutely,
and, yeah. And it's
yeah, so
enjoyable and
that
fun.
was actually what happened in that fight was really unfortunate. He started doing one of his like dashy all around moves just as I had triggered my limit burst, and so I wasted that basically. But we're moving on. Because you just need to kill Broly, and then the dialogue progresses.
なんか、
But
悟
now
空
we need to
は
go to
あ
hell
れなんで
to
すかね。
save
いっぱいいる
Vegeta.
んですかね。
He's
You
fine.
know, how you do.
種類があるというか。
He will be fine.
We'll get over it.
ゼノバースシリーズは何者かの介入で、ドラゴンボール世界の歴史が歪んだせいで静止と違ったことになって
We
し
don't
ま
get
っ
to
ているの
fully
で、
knock him out, but once we get
主
him
人
down a
公
good
は
chunk
そ
of
れを
health,
修正するため
Vegeta
に
will
奮
show
闘
up
するの
and
がメイ
quote
ンストー
unquote
リーの
help
大
us
まか
with
な
our
流れ。
best.
はあ、なるほど。
I'm going to
あり
raise
がとうご
this
ざいます。
because Kid Buu was the original form. Kid Buu absorbed a good guy and became Fat Buu. Fat Buu split its
一
evil
応
self
修
from
正
its
しよう
body,
としてるんです
which
ね。
promptly absorbed Fat Buu to make Super Buu somehow. So I only vaguely followed that, but that also sounds like basically what happened with Piccolo and Kami originally, wasn't it? Like something about
Like
splitting
Piccolo
and
Daimao?
yeah, Piccolo Daimao from original
Yeah,
Dragon
because
Ball
he
with the
split
forms and
his evil self from his
oh,
good
they
self.
said
Kami,
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay,
Ah,
so
cool. Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought that Fat Boo was the original, honestly.
It's interesting. Yeah, I appreciate the lore. I'm still a little bit confused just because I've only seen Dragon Ball, and I know they change a lot from like suddenly, they're aliens instead of demons or that sort of thing.
Yeah, because in the original Dragon Ball, like Goku was mostly just human. Also,
Mostly
really quickly,
human
right
with-
there, that was where I needed the 15 TP medals, and so you might have seen as I mashed through, he was just like, "Do you have them yet? Awesome, have 3 more." But that's the point where you need to have all 15, otherwise he just won't let you continue in the story. Dart, go on.
Oh, I lost my train of thought. I was reading through chat
Oh,
again.
sorry.
No, it's okay. I just got distracted reading what people are posting.
It's got to be some good stuff then.
We do have
good
some more
stuff.
donations if you guys
Oh
have
yeah,
any
go for it. I'm just
Right.
gonna be fighting Kid Buu here.
So we have a
こちらは
$5
Kid Buu。
bonus fun fact donation from Isaac.
魔人
Says,
ブー
in
の
case anyone was wondering, the reason
幼少
Majins
期的な感
transform
じで
into
すかね。
Kid Buu in Xenoverse 2 is because Kid Buu is the original Majin form. Because of that, on Dragon Ball Online, an MMO predecessor to Xenoverse, Majins gained the pure form as their racial transformation. The purification transformation is a nod to this. It's not
That
as cool as absorption could have been, but it has its reasons for being included.
Okay. Yeah, absorption would be harder
真
to
の姿。
balance in a game. Like as a
現象。あ、言ってましたね。オリジナ
Yeah,
ル
that's
みたい
cool.
な
Thanks。for sharing that and the
Yeah, that's
donation.
honestly really cool. Does that mean then that I'm
純
evil?
粋ブーって言うんです
Or
ね。
no, I'm balanced, right? That just means I have both in me.
It's best not to think about it too much as you fight this evil version of yourself.
That's fair.
Like,
But he's got his Genki Dama ready, so we're good.
yeah, see, exactly. You're pure. You're not good or evil. Purification.
Oh, that's right. Forgive me.
色が違う奴らは、その黒幕の仕業で力を暴走させられて
We
いる状
also have
態。
a
なるほど。
$25 donation from Mercurius59 who says, This has to be the first time anyone said, I'm so relieved that Yamcha showed up.
That
I
is
did not
very
even think
true.
about that.
Right?
Yeah, fair point. Fair point.
Because every other time he's there, it's like, oh, great. You ready to red shirt this up for us? Like,
Yeah.
not really known
次
for
は
coming in clutch.
アスクド
I
サイ
mean,
アン。
because like I mostly just knew it from obviously the Cybermen. I think that's what everyone knows because that's a picture of him, like just lying
一体
dead
誰
in the
なんだ
crater. But
Yeah, I've
then
seen the
too, it was like
meme.
when
見たことあり
androids
そう
when
で
the androids showed up, he was also how we got to see how strong the androids were.
あ、
They
次
just
は
wrecked it.
ミラーさんですか
That's what they used him a lot for in the original Dragon Ball, like the Tenkaichi tournament. It was like,
Also, that was really
and-
good.
Yeah. Here's how to level set him, or here's how to level set everyone's power by using Yamcha as the like intermediary.
Yeah, and you kind of need that character in these sorts of anime.
何ダックさん
You
So
do.
He just got the
And he's-
short end really.
He's goofy and lovable enough for
Yeah.
what they were going for that it worked, even though he came from being a murdering bandit and
Yeah,
just like
you know,
180'd
ゴ
real
ッド・オブ・デ
fast.
ストラクショ
Everyone
ン
has a past.
ビーラス
Turns out they realized Goku will beat them up otherwise. Like, you know what? I'm gonna go straight. Yeah.
Yeah.
破壊神みたいな感じなんですかねピルス
I mean, really, in his case, I think it was just Bulma that saved the day there. As far
And
as
ruined
getting
it.
him to be a good.
すごい
Well,
全
okay,
然
yeah.
ついていけないですけど
To be fair,
Bulma.
she's not the best.
She's complicated and a plot driver.
I apologize for anyone who loves Bulma, but at least I haven't talked about my hate for Chi-Chi. Even though I think more people would agree with me on that.
She's an interesting character.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
I am
Oh,
trying to use
bagel.
Pro Flash as many times as I can before my Limit Burst runs out, but unfortunately wasn't able to hit him again. Yeah, as we said, Limit Burst really boosts, or this particular Limit Burst from the Super Soul I'm using, it really boosts your attack. And so it's amazing to do with Pearl Flash. It's just such a jump in the damage that it does. Okay, Beerus is now down. So, woo!
Nice work.
Thank you.
そうって書いてあるのはスーパーでしたっけ
Just before I go on, yeah, any other donations or the like
う
to read?
ん
There is not at the moment, but I will mention a couple of the upcoming incentives. For Saga Frontier Remastered, we have the option to kill either Blue or Rouge, and Blue is in the lead with $50 now. And also, you can be the first to donate for Golden Sun Dark Dawn for the name of Matthew, and I am pulling for Budge. It's all about the Budge.
Can I
Is
just
Budge
say
in the
that,
lead yet?
I just want to say that sounds like a really weird Sonic cameo to make.
What, Budge or Rouge?
Rude.
Is that what it is? I don't know the context.
No, I'm sure it's not.
But it could be.
It could be technically. I don't know.
Was someone running Sonic Adventure 2? I can't remember if that was.
No, I don't think.
Dang.
I don't know if that's even classified as an RPG. Even
昨
loosely
日
speaking,
何
I
ダ
don't
ッ
know.
クさんの合間
Yeah,
に
I guess
ピル
there's
ス
not
と悟空
really
が
any-
乱入してそれを落ち
Yeah,
着か
that's
せるた
more-
め
yeah,
に
that's fair. I
昨日
just
海
like
洋
that
神
name.
が
It's a
プリン
Chao
を
Gardens
提供したが
RPG-ish, but that
それがゲロマズだった
speak
そう
for
で
itself.
No. So
悟
something
空
I
は複
learned
通で
recently
撤
with this
退
run,
ピル
actually
ス
while
は
I
切
was
れて
doing
戦闘
practices, was if I bop
な
them
んだ
with this
そ
and
の
then I do one Pearl Flash, they're dead.
プ
I
リン
used
で
to
すか
think I had to do like a full combo. And I do when I don't have keys, so like
アマプラなら無料で見れちまう
combo there, now he's gone.
お得です
But
ね
as long as I have key, it's much faster to just do that. As long as they don't bully me.
Yeah. Also, David, just to answer real quick, Yamcha, he talks about how he's got a sword for one, and he talks about how he's going to kill Goku and Oolong
ピルス
at that point until he,
Beerus
sees
か
Bulma and his fear of
は
girls saves them.
牛の
But
食べ物
like,
が
the
好き
implication for his full first intro episode is, I'm going to murder you people and rob your capsules.
嫌いな食べ物出すと
And
星を破
he's
壊
been
す
doing
る
that for a while. So
Like,
す
I
ごい
don't
特
think
性です
Yamcha
ね
was new to murder.
yeah,
Even if
wasn't
you
his first
sympathize with
go.
this position, it's yeah.
And then even after that, like he's still trying to rob or hunt them down, and then it's the whole where he accidentally knocks out Chi-Chi and realizes who her dad is and has to backtrack, and yeah.
I'm glad you watched that so recently because I don't remember all of that.
Oh, fair. It's been like a year. Yeah, some people are defending Chi-Chi a little bit in chat.
And you should defend the
と
characters
こ
that
れ
you
は
support.
フ
I
リー
just
ザさ
she
んです
rubs
か
me wrong.
ファー
I
ス
feel
ト
like
フォーム
she's just her
第
relationship
一
with
形
Goku
態
is
的
so
な感じです
abusive.
かね
He doesn't even know what kissing is. Like
Or what marriage is. Like,
and yeah, like she just as a child convinced him to like promise to marry her, and then he didn't know what that meant, and she
Someone
made him
in-
like follow through with it.
someone in chat said, "Friendly reminder: wedding is not a food." Which is, yeah, that was pretty much what happened. He thought he was going to get like a meal or a banquet or something. It turns out he got married. Like, you know, this is abusive in a sense. He's still a kid, I think, and like,
But,
yeah.
Yeah, no, like obviously a lot of good has come from that too. So credit where credit's due. So now we're moving on to fighting Cooler and Frieza again. Well, okay, it'll be Frieza first, and then I get him down to like... I remove basically 1 full bar of health, and then his brother will show up. Except now they're even more powerful. We have Golden Frieza here.
Another form.
Another form.
ゴールデン
You
フ
didn't
リー
even
ザ
see his android.
強
I
そ
was gonna say Golden Frieza is past final form and fourth form. I don't
Yes.
know if it's technically fifth form or if there was something else in between, but yeah. Like,
By the way, what's the Final Fantasy game we're running this marathon?
12 was it?
Final Fantasy
yes,
12.
and I believe it is the Zodiac Age.
Cool. By the way, I hope y'all go and support that because that sounds cool.
We
The,
回
also
収
have
と
Final
その
Fantasy
推し
VI
の
Worlds
人の名前
Collide
は
Randomizer coming up on
お酒の名前
Thursday
から
too.
Ooh.
はは
I can't remember which one 6 is. It's been so long since I've had a PlayStation.
Terra, Locke.
Okay, that might have been one I actually haven't done. I think I did up to 4 or 5 and then skipped to like 7 and 8 during
One of the
that
best.
period.
We can hit him one more time. That'd be awesome. Okay, cool. We got him.
Cool. Oh, someone said there's a Final Fantasy VII remake too happening. I think.
Yes.
Okay.
ああ、
Cool.
さっきのはってことはビールってことですか
Makes
スペル
sense.
的に
given
も
the
そんな感じでしたね。
Absolutely, 100%. If
It's
we're
great
talking
for
about
that,
like
yeah.
well-known RPGs, you have to include Final Fantasy.
I want to see someone do an original Final Fantasy all white mage run. Like, I'm not saying it'll be a world record,
だっ
but just
て
like how far
EST
can
ま
you
でだと
get for white
30
mages?
分ぐらいですかね。
I feel like something like that would have to be tasked.
見た感じそんななんか
That'd be tricky.
ミスになったりしてないので、
I believe it actually has been done.
Really?
EST は越さない
That's
ような感じ
impressive.
がし
I'm
ま
gonna
すけ
double
ど、
check it.
どうなんでしょう
I'm
ね。
almost positive that that's
I mean,
been
people are capable
People
of
are
incredible
impressive.
things. Like you just
Yeah.
watch this marathon and you see that, you know. But,
Someone gets dedicated and they find a way. That'd be
Whiskey
awesome.
からウイ
if
ス
someone has.
I'm thinking all Jurassic Park now.
Yes, there is actually a challenge for solo white
SSG、
mage.
SS 悟空。
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, some
Super
people in chat are
Saiyajin
saying,
God to Super
you know, it's been
Saiyajin.
done, they've done it. Someone's
Eh.
saying poor thieves are worst. Or
その
white
略なんですか
mages.
Really?
I guess it makes sense because white mages can sustain with heal. It would be a lot harder if you're like
Well, but
thief or a
solo
black
white
mage.
mage?
I guess it's also been like 10 years since I've touched Final Fantasy Original, so I don't remember a lot of it.
That fair.
But I mean, yeah, props to people.
Absolutely. Frieza and Frieza and Cooler, by the way, they are done for the run.
Oh, yeah, you can morale chaos out. They get access to hammer weapons. Apparently, there's a good amount of tricks to white mage.
パワープロのステータス。
Who knew? I
Yeah,
mean,
everyone's just
apparently a
posting
lot of
hammers.
people
Okay,
here.
yeah. It's been too long since I've played, but that's awesome. Thanks,
So
chat.
Yamcha's offering another special class. We
総
only needed
力以
the
外
one
完
time,
璧
so
で
we're
す
just going to ignore this second one.
But so nice of him.
スーパーサイヤ人ゴッド
MSR
が超、
Yeah.
スーパー
Okay,
サイ
but
ヤ
yeah, we're
人
gonna use the rest of these points that
超
we
サイ
got
ヤ
over
人
the
の
course
姿
of leveling. Just boost our basic attacks and strike supers all the way up. We have 7 points left, but it's not super worthwhile to dip into anything else.
You just
You
don't
don't get
use them
a-
enough to really touch it.
どう
You
いう
don't
こ
get a full
と
bar of like key or stamina unless you have, I think,
ス
like
ーパーサイヤ人
34
ゴッド状
points
態
or
からス
something
ー
like
パー
that.
サイヤ人にな
So
る。
7.
With 7, yeah, it wouldn't really do much.
どういうことだ
So I just
どういう
opted
こと
not
な
to
の
take the time
あ、
that
こ
it
れが
would,
さっき
you know,
の
take to put in the
ウイ
points.
スキーから取ったウイスさんですか
Yeah.
Beerus, I had a good thing going.
Come on, Beerus. You're doing pretty good. Hat Lord is
でもこういう
encouraging
の
you.
はあれですよね。原作を知ってる人からすると、
No more cryptic
いろんな
suits
キャラが見れ
just
て
yet.
嬉しかったりするんですかね。
So the issue with this fight, or what makes it scary, is Whis has a really powerful ultimate.
It's a little whirlwind one.
Yeah. It's powerful and it takes a while. So we really
神の
just
木を
don't use it.
扱えるようになったサイヤ人。
Still stun lock you for like 3 seconds.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
At least you got Beerus out.
Yes, once you
Pearl
get Whis
Flash.
down to a certain amount of health, there we go. Once you get Whis down to a certain amount of health, they'll trigger dialogue about Whis like drawing on Beerus's face, and so Beerus leaves the fight to go wash it off. But yeah, that's the end of that.
サイヤ人から
And
ス
if you
ーパ
do
ーサイ
that
ヤ
fight
人。
fast
こ
enough,
れが
like
1
up
か
to
ら
that
4まであっ
point where
て、
Beerus is still with you, Whis will actually have a period of
その
invulnerability,
次が
but
スーパーサイヤ人ゴッド。
doesn't usually get in the way because it can take a lot of luck just to get him down that quickly.
ゴッド、ブルー、ロゼ。
But we at this point really are nearing the end of the game.
おー
Yeah.
なんかいろいろあるんですね。
I'm
ブルーがね。
dreading the hero fight coming up just because that can be really obnoxious with how often, you know, just being a clever AI, he can block or vanish, or how often he uses his ultimate. Because it's slow, and I really can't do anything but take it if he uses it. Like, I can't avoid it.
I hope for good luck again.
Yes. So
神の力を手に入れた悟空とベジータが超サイヤ人の状態になると、青髪の超サイヤ人ゴッド超サイヤ人になる。
I wonder who this masked Saiyan could be.
Looks
That
like
mask
Goku.
really obscures it. They all look like Goku.
So that was also an unfortunate ultimate, and of course him throwing
Yeah.
it too,
Yep. Oh.
and then
さあ、
flying
頭スク
away.
ドサイヤン
Yeah,
です
none of
ね。
that was great.
何回も戦う感じなのか
Okay, but
な。
Masked Saiyan is down. See if we can get one of these off on Mira. Yeah, before my limit burst goes away. Cool.
Nice. Okay.
Knocked him away because of course he did.
At least she thinks you're impressive.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty cool. I think I'm impressive.
Getting compliments during a fight.
Yeah. Just like real life. Okay, cool. They're down.
Yeah. I do like the Timebreaker mask. It would be cool if that was a cosmetic or something in this game. I kind of thought it would be, but I haven't
Oh,
looked.
just aesthetically you like it?
Yeah, someone was saying that it's so cool and they wish it was an option. Like, yeah, that would be.
That would be really cool, yeah. So now we get to see whether or not he's going to be nice to us. But we have to beat the hero. Ah,
Please be nice.
I know, right?
Oh no,
That'd be
she's got
really
a pointed
cool.
stick.
Oh no!
Everyone's weakness.
Ah, please limit burst.
Come on. Yeah, the suddenly anime where it changes art style during that cutscene was an odd one, but they
So he
must have
used that
commissioned
ultimate
that.
that I can't.
Get out of.
Yeah. Well, I can't really avoid it once it happens.
Right.
No.
Does that
Face
just
him.
teleport him to you and that, the
No,
knockback?
he moves incredibly slowly toward you.
Oh.
Toa, no. I'm not fighting you. So with this fight, you just want to completely ignore Toa, and really quickly, if I can just quick sleep, get some health up, that'd
Hero.
be great.
1のプレイヤーキャラ。
Yeah, you're
Oh.
fine. Have
Especially
a little
with
lie
that,
down.
yeah.
Trunks has got it.
Maybe again.
それも闇落
since
ちしちゃったみたいな
he
感じ
uses
なんですね。
This is
Yeah.
not good luck on this fight.
That's what I'm saying. This fight can be really punishing.
Yeah.
Just depending on like how it's mostly his ultimate there.
Yeah, it was some unfortunate timing with both of those happening.
See how he just slowly comes toward
Yeah.
me? It's really bad.
Ugh. And then she's also screaming.
As she does.
Yeah, this fight's going real long.
It is. I was just hoping not to die, and I'm glad I
割と
did.
食らってますけど、
Yeah.
大丈夫かな。
Also
You have to,
glad.
like you have to. I had to sacrifice some time to heal, but I
大丈夫でした
absolutely
ね。
think it was worthwhile because restarting the fight is not fun.
Yeah.
That is the nice thing about purification. Never even talked about this, but it surely has been obvious by this point. But purification has its own moveset, completely separate from what I actually start with. So I start with things like consecutive energy blast and meteor crash, which are the only two that I really. A third class, thanks Yamcha. I don't need it anymore.
Jeez.
I know, but purification has pearl flash, and quick sleep and maximum charge. Quick sleep increases like your stamina and your health and your ki just kind of slowly. Maximum charge increases just your ki, but much faster. And Pearl Flash, you've seen me do that pink dive that can be really powerful if it hits. And we're coming up. We have like 4 more fights here. We have this fight against Toa, and then 3 different phases against Mira, who we fought before.
And it's after the first Mira fight that you get the only invulnerable in the game, right?
That's right. The very first Mira phase.
Get a minute to actually rest.
Yeah, right? Okay, this is actually good. So she's using an ultimate, but we were able to break it. So now we can just take the time with her broken stamina to get some of these hits in.
Nice.
Finish her off real quickly.
これゼノ1での冒
The
頭
beginning
1
of
の
the
プ
fight
レイ
was
ヤーを
definitely slow because
召
she was
喚す
moving
る
around
手
a lot,
前
kept
の
just
場
knocking
面
me
で
in
妨害されたから
twice,
阻止する。
interrupting me.
召喚する手前の
But
場
once
面
we
で
transformed,
妨害
it
されたから
worked
阻
out.
止。
Broke her stamina, everything was well. But yes, now for the last fight, 3 phases of it, but still. Against Mira. And yes, this is the only time in the game, once he's invincible, I'm also invincible. So clearly they were able to code that in, and they just decided not to.
Right? And why it's in this fight and none of the others, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. So with this bit, I want to get Mira down
ミラさんですね。
to the point where he is invincible before a certain point of dialogue passes, because then I'll skip like a minute of dialogue. And we're about to get... Okay, we're good.
Nice.
Because this is the line you need to beat it before. And so, yeah, totally fine. I'm just gonna quick sleep. So you see my health is silver because I'm full health. He hit me, and so it unsilvered, but you can see my health is not going down anymore.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I could just
Nah,
let him
you're
beat on me,
fine.
and it's fine. The only downside I could say to this is that he's building up ki, but he basically would anyway.
He's probably going to be maxed by the time you... Yeah.
Yeah. So we
Alright.
just gotta wait for the
ダメー
dialogue
ジ
to
食らわ
finish,
ない
and
です
scene will
ね。
transition. We'll move on to phase 2 of Mira, which really isn't any different. We just fight alongside Toa. And you know how
イベン
NPCs
ト的な
like
感じ
your
ですか
allies can
ね。
be, so
さっき、
hit or miss, usually
本
miss
家
in
の
that
方も
regard.
インビンシボーって言って
And
ました
phase
ね。
3 is
無
where things
敵
get really interesting. Phase 3
フェー
has
ズ的な
2
感じなんですかね。
ultimates that are
めっちゃ食らってるけど、
and
ダメー
he
ジは減
cannot
っ
be
て
touched
ない
while
という
he's
か、
doing them.
HP が減ってないんで
And、he has like 9 bars of ki or something, and those ultimates only take him 1 bar of ki to use. So if the AI is really like really
Mean.
mean to
ああ、終わ
us,
った。
he could just spam his ultimates in
な
that
るほど。
phase. Which not
Let's
this
hope
one,
not.
無
but the
敵
next
フェーズ
phase.
だったっぽい
Absolutely.
ですかね。うん。
Thank you for trapping him. That was actually
Yay.
useful.
For once. Usually them knocking someone around doesn't help.
Yeah.
But
無敵フェーズさん。
So here we go against Furry Mira, the final fight in the game. So it's a little bit coming,
あ、な
but
んか
the
もう終
the
わり
timer
そ
will
うかな。
stop
ファイナル
once we get the last hit
フォー
in.
ム。
So we won't fully KO him.
なんか終わる感じの雰囲気ですね。本家の方もそんな感じに言ってますけど。
he's a kicky boy. Oh, yep, there's that.
So we're hoping to get as many of those in as we can while we still have our limit burst.
Well, blue hair Goku's helping.
Yeah, thank you, Blue.
Man, he has so much health.
He does.
He's got to
I'm
have this much
glad
health so he
so
can get through all the
far-
dialogue.
I'm glad so far he's only used 1 ultimate. I think that's in part just because we've been knocking him around so much.
Hasn't had a chance, yeah.
Yeah,
Or as soon as you say that, he's gonna
I know, right? I was afraid to say it to begin with, but
jinx yourself.
yep. Oh,
Um,
and Goku pushed him just far enough away that I couldn't reach in that attack.
yeah.
Let's see if I can get some of these off.
ミラはトワの食ったサイボーグ。
Sorry, that was short notice. I wasn't sure if I did.
137.03.
Okay,
あ、
cool.
タイマーストップ
Well,
ですね。
world record is 136.12.
GG で
So
す。
that was a really good run.
Yeah.
I
Under a
am
minute.
very happy with that.
20
Yeah.
分、
And let's see if I
18分ぐらい
which
巻いてま
ending
す
I
かね。
got. There
す
are
ごい
two
な。
endings to this game. I got the slower ending. I
Aw.
actually am not sure what triggers it. some people say it's a matter of like how much health you have, and some people say it's a matter of how much like how quickly you do that final fight. Some people say it's a mix of both. If it was the health thing, I do know that I was fairly low, so that would do it. But here, alongside Goku, we get to deliver the finishing blow.
He gets the egg.
And so honestly, between the two endings, I prefer this one because I love this effect. I think it looks really cool.
おー
He's melting.
私が負けるのかみたいなこと言ってます
Bunch
ね。
of weirdos. Maybe he didn't try and destroy reality. He could have fought as much as
も
you
っと
wanted
戦いた
to.
かった。
You know, it's not the same. But yeah, there we go. That was Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2.
Woo! And a good time too. Great
Thank
for the
you.
run.
Thank you.
Did we get any last minute donations or
Yeah,
anything?
Absol Paladin, turn it over to you, I
これは
suppose.
エンディングですか
We
ね。
did get one last one from Bill the Conqueror, who donates $15. No comment. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you, Bill. All right, should I just sign out here then?
終わりました。
Or sign
go.
off?
Looks like we're back to the title screen, so
Rolling
thank
through
you
the credits.
everyone.
Yeah,
では、
thank you
次
all
の
for
ゲームの
watching.
準
I
備
hope
して
that
まい
you
ります
enjoyed
ので、
this.
一旦失礼い
I
た
don't
し
know if
ま
this
す。
has been
少
run
々お待
before
ちくだ
in,
さいませ。
and I don't think this has been run before in Questing for Glory. So I was really happy to be able to come here and run this for you all. I again really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you all for all of the puns and the supportive comments in the chat. This has been awesome. I'm really glad I got to do this. So thank you all for the opportunity.
Yes, I second that. Thank you, everybody. Link 2, benefiting NAMI, who operates a national helpline available Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Time, which provides information, referrals, resources, and a compassionate, understanding trained volunteer to support the caller. Key messages to take away from this event is it's okay to not be okay right now. You're not alone. Reach out for yourself, and if you know anyone who else is suffering, reach out for them. NAMI gets it, and they're here for you. Visit NAMI.org for more, and or call the NAMI helpline at 1-800-950-NAMI or 800-950-6264 for support, information, and referral.